Okay, let's go live. I think we're live. Clean my screen some. Okay. Much better. All right. Let me go live on the IG too and let everyone know that we're live. Um, oh, hello. Okay. Hi. Hello. Thank you. I'm trying to type the, there we go. Okay, so I'm live on YouTube as well. And I know not everyone is on YouTube, or they may not know that today is gonna be a YouTube live too as well. So I figure why not go live again on Instagram so everyone can be part of the conversation. So if you see me looking over here, that is the reason why. Also, if this live get disrupt, because last time the live, for some reason, the volume or something stopped working. So just in case, come over to the YouTube channel, okay? So just in case the live get disrupt. That's the only thing about Instagram. Sometimes if I get a phone call or if just something with the app, right? It may not save the live, and I don't want that to happen. So that's why we're streaming on YouTube, and just it makes sense for longer content, longer format content, YouTube anyway. So just to let you guys know, just in case, I want to make sure nothing is in the way, like wires and stuff. Make sure. I don't know if that's a problem. I have my makeup bag. So, hello. Where are you guys coming from? Let me know in the live where you guys are joining the live from. Good morning. I love your podcast. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Grand Rising. Good morning. Let me turn my phone on Do Not Disturb because I don't want it to. I don't want it to disturb. All right. Yes, I'm so happy you can join the live. Okay, you're from South Carolina. Nice. So I've been deep puffing. I love this. This is the roller I use in the mornings, and especially when it's hot. I do this for 20 to 30 minutes. So I've been doing this for a minute while I was waiting for to go live, and this feels so good right now, especially with all the lights hitting my face. Sometimes it gets a little hot. I love you too. Am I? Oh, Miami. You're from Miami. Canary Islands. Nice. New Jersey. Wow. You guys are worldwide. Oh my goodness. So nice. So I don't know if anyone's on this live from the previous live, or if you watched the previous live that I shared on here and on YouTube. If you're rejoining, then you're in for a treat. Because I do listen. Hi, Layla. I do listen. So we're gonna talk about today wealthy goddess era. We are in our wealthy goddess era. Yesterday podcast was wealthy goddess era affirmations, and I felt like this was the most requested topic I think recently, especially from the previous live. You guys requested, wanted to know how to become a content creator or a podcaster, or how to like start a business, how to make passive income. And I'm just going to share with you guys like my journey, like how I got to where I'm at. And if you guys have questions, ask away. Obviously, I'll try to answer my best. Um, and yeah, so that's what today's topic is about: how to enter into your wealthy goddess era, because why not? Money is your friend. Money is your friend. So we're gonna do like get ready with me. I'm gonna curl my hair. Yes, can't wait to listen to the episode today. Yes, you have to let me know how you like it. Let me get a little clamp. Okay, so I'll let a few more people join in the live. So I'm just curious, is anyone on here is a content creator, or you have your own podcast, or maybe you have your own business? Anyone on here already? I'm gonna put this away. By the way, always keep this like in a little Ziploc bag stored away in the freezer. I like to keep mine in the freezer, like ice cold. It's refreshing. So just curious, anyone on here, do you have a podcast? If you do, comment your podcast. If you have a business online, or you started a business, or you want to start a business, like let me know so I know like who I'm speaking to. And if you don't, that's okay. You can still enjoy the live. Maybe you can give feedback to those who are looking to start, right? Okay, so Shelly, you're starting a business. Nice. What kind of business are you starting? I have a podcast in my own business. What is the name of your business? I am underscore Amanda Rose. What is the name of your podcast and business? Okay, so Shelly, you're a singer. Nice. And retail. Okay. You're restarting. Nice. You're revamping, restarting. Love. Love. So that's good. Love. All right, so I'll tell you a little bit about like when I first started. Oh, I already have a clip. When I first started my first ever business, I was 18 years old. I actually had a business before this, like just selling stuff out of my car, but like an actual like store, like an actual brick and mortar store. I was 18 years old and I had a brick and mortar store called Sassy Girls 2. And girls was spelled with a Z and two was spelled TOO. Sassy Girls 2. And at the time I was going to college, um, had my business, and I had no experience. Let's see what you say. I have a Discord group. I will start the podcast soon. Hopefully the bosses hang out under. Okay, the bosses corner. Nice. I love. So I was 18. I had a storefront, okay, overhead, going to school, and I did that for 2 years. And my first like real business, I sold women's clothing, like, just clothes that you would see, like, the boutiques you see on Instagram. I was selling women's clothing. So I did that for a couple of years with no experience. And I learned fairly quickly. I always was into fashion. So I always had like an eye for like how to dress and how to style and all that stuff. I just didn't really have like the full scope of like what it takes to actually run a business, like the behind the scenes. Like it's nice in front of the scenes, like the glitz and the glamour, the photo shoots, the shopping for the merchandise for your store. Like that's fun. That's all fun. But it's so much more than that. You actually need to know you need to have like an accountant, you need to pay taxes, you need to have payroll, maybe employees, like all of that stuff that no one really talks about. And I learned fairly quickly. Can you share about your style transformation throughout the years? Yes, I can. But let me stay on topic for right now and I'll talk about that too. So, in the beginning, I did not have proper mentorship. And I learned fairly quickly. I just learned from trial and error. I had a lot of failure starting out, but I learned really quickly how to price merchandise, how to market myself. And this was when Facebook was still new, but it's been out for a while, and Instagram was like maybe a year or two new. So I started posting on social media because that's what was very new. I started marketing myself and having the girls that I went to school with, they were like modeling my clothes, almost like a walking brand ambassador. And I learned fairly quickly like how to grow my business and how to turn it into, a successful business while I was going to school, juggling all that. But a few years after starting the business and running it, I realized I wanted to move to a bigger city. And I did. And I still wanted to keep the business, but I wanted to go from having a retail store to a online because that was just too much overhead for me. And if you ever had a retail business, then you know what I mean. If you've never had a retail business, um, but you have an online business, then you know that online is so much easier because you have access, you can have little to no overhead depending on how you set your business up, whether you're doing drop shipping or whether you actually have physical merchandise or whatever. Um, and you can be the only employee until you need more employees. Like, and obviously, how quickly you grow and stuff, you can hire. Yes, you try to avoid overhead, right, at all costs. I agree. So I realized this was around 2014, 2015. I realized that people were shopping online and they were willing to shop, whether it was Poshmark, that was new, whether it was Facebook. Like people would, if you didn't have a website, at the time I had my store phone number that you can call and you can order over the phone and I would ship it to you. So that was like my way of getting stuff out to customers that didn't live close by the store. But over time, like I picked up like cues, like I picked up ways to actually sell online. And I had no clue how to build a website. I had no clue, like, I thought website were for stores like JC Penney's and Macy's and like those big companies, right? Like I thought that's what online, you know, e-commerce was for, not small business like me at the time. But the power of the internet, the power of Google. One day I discover Shopify. This is around 2015, 2016, probably 2015. One day I discovered Shopify. And at the time, Shopify was fairly new. I want to see, let me see when Shopify actually became, what year was Shopify established? I want to see because this is going to like make sense in my head, but just for reference. Okay, so Shopify was founded in 2006. All right, so around 2015, that's when I discovered Shopify. So I just did like a little quick search. Anyway, I love hearing your story. Thank you. So I discovered Shopify around 2015, and I did not go to school for like coding or like I did not know how to build websites, any of that stuff. So this is very foreign to me. Good morning. This is very foreign to me, okay? At the time, I'm in college still. I'm going to school for business and marketing, but I know that I want to still have like my own business because at this time, like I, went uh, transferred to a different college. I'm in a different town. I'm in a different city, but I know that I want to still have my own business, but I just don't know how to do it online. I'm used to like a brick and mortar store, but I don't want to overhead. And overhead is what kills a lot of businesses. Hi. So those who are joining on YouTube, hi. I'm chatting back and forth Instagram and YouTube. So if you have questions, I'll try to answer them right away. But yeah, overhead is what kills a lot of businesses, and a lot of businesses don't stay in business after, I think, what is it, 1 or 2 years because of the overhead. And it's stressful. You know, you have rent, you have, insurance, you have employees, you have equipment, like in-store equipment. All of that is expensive. So even today, like a lot of huge retailers are closing because they can't afford the overhead, the rent. It's expensive. And you want to be in a prime time real estate location when you have a brick and mortar store. You're welcome. Good morning. So I discovered Shopify around 2015, 2016. At this time, I'm already familiar with like how to like sell, buy merchandise and sell it to customers. Like I already know how to do that just from running a store, a retail store. I started researching Shopify. At the time, it was like free 14-day trial, and then it was $29 a month. That was like the price then. And I was like, you know what? I have nothing to lose. Let me try this 14-day free trial. If I don't like it, I can always cancel it. They're not gonna like hold me like in a legal contract to like fulfill. What do I have to lose? And it's only $29 a month. I know that I can make that obviously with what I'm selling. So that's not a expensive overhead to have a website. So I started with the free 14-day trial. This is in 2015, 2016, and I started building my website with the help of Shopify 24/7 live support. Now, if you don't have Shopify, you may not know what I'm talking about, but if you have an online business and you use Shopify as your platform to sell your merchandise or whatever, you know what I'm talking about. They have the best customer service. When I tell you, anytime I would log onto my computer on my website, it didn't matter what time of the night it was, 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, it didn't matter. There was always someone available to work with me and help me understand like where I need certain templates to go, coding. And I do want to make this disclaimer, not every live chat agent is gonna know coding or just gonna be able to help you, but there are some that can, okay? So I do want to make that disclaimer. But I was a very quick learner, and they spent hundreds of hours of time with me, making sure I understood how to navigate my website. And I had no prior experience to this. So this was a new world to me. And anything that I needed help with, it was just, I had access with a live support team. And that's one of the reasons why this, partnership with Shopify it's like a full circle moment for me, because I remember when I first started my online business, they were the platform that I use. And the business at the time was women's activewear, because I transitioned from selling like just fashion clothes to like fitness clothes because I was really into fitness, and J-Roz collection. And I sold like fitness clothing, resistant bands, like anything in the fitness industry that you can think of, like I sold. And so, being able to reach customers and anywhere in the world and just having a way to communicate, and also having apps within Shopify to help me email customers, to help me to grow my business, that was like a key component to my success. Because a lot of times, if you don't have the proper tools, like how can you become successful in your business? And the thing I love about Shopify is that they have so many tools, so many resources that can really help you grow your business, and you have no other chance but to be successful. So let me see what you guys are saying. I am using Square. Fortunately, there are so many free options. So, there is a lot of pros and cons to any platform, right? And I remember when I first started, there were some apps that were free, and then there were some apps that wasn't free. They had like maybe a free trial period, but then like they had like a plan that you had to pay. But just like anything in life, anything in business, you find tools that works best for you. So I found the tools that work best for my business at the time when I first started out. And ever since then, I've been with Shopify since 2016. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, like what, 8, 9 years I've been with this company before I even started working with them through the podcast. Like, that's how long I've been a customer of them and how long I've sold products and services on their platform. So I'm wondering if Shopify would be good. Good. Let me see if I can read this. I'm wondering if Shopify would be good for my home bakery business. Okay, so the thing I do love about Shopify, they do have a trial period, and I'm gonna put this in the chat. I do have it in the description, but I'll just put it in the chat for you guys. You can try the trial period, see if it works for your business. It's $1 a month when you use shopify.com/habits of a goddess, and try it and see if it works for your business. What do you have to lose? $1? So try it out. They do have a payment system that they can send to you. So like if you have customers that are doing transactions with the credit card, they do have like this little chip that they send to you. I do love that because I used to set up and go to different conferences, and people don't really carry cash these days. And I did like that I can like check out customers on an iPad or with like this little processing system. So I did like that. But try it, see if it works. You're welcome. Thank you. So you have your bakery. Where is your bakery business based out of? I'm just curious. Do you make all your pastries and stuff? Let's see what you guys are saying. Well, that's amazing. Yes. So, I love to work with brands that I am truly passionate about, brands that I actually use. And then there's some brands I get introduced to through partnership, and I love it. But like this was like a full circle moment for me. And I was like, oh my God, wait till I tell the girls that are looking to start a business, that are looking to grow wealth and maybe passive income. Like this is amazing platform that they can start, and you don't have to be a rocket scientist to, create your own website. And even if you like feel like you don't want to create your own website, they actually do have you actually can hire people inside of Shopify to create and design your own website too. Obviously, the pricing is based on, whatever it is, like, their fee or whatever, but like they even have that too. But honestly, you don't even need that. You really don't. Like you can actually do it yourself. It's so easy. Thanks for the code. Definitely trying. You're welcome, Amor. Oh, I remember. Yes. So I'm glad you're on the live. Close to Dallas, Texas. I bake out of my apartment, usually taking orders from social media, or I'm a vendor at festivals during colder months. Okay, so you're my type of girl. I love this. I used to set up as a vendor at festivals, at trade shows, and that's how I market and promoted myself when I started my businesses online. Because when you are online or if you work from your home, sometimes you don't get that human interaction. So we depend on trade shows or festivals or social media. And if you're not active on social media, how can you attract new customers? We'll check out the YouTube later. Have to go now. Thank you for not gatekeeping. Have a great day, Goddess. Of course, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for joining. So yes, so Amor, she's on YouTube, so that's who I'm referring to, chatting with to back and forth. She has her bakery business in Dallas, Texas. What is the name of your bakery business? So I can like shout it out to anyone who may be in the area. I'll wait for you to respond. So this is how she promotes and market herself. She has online, I'm pretty sure, I think we talked a little bit about this, like you wanted to do some content creation online. But she goes to festivals and set up during the colder months, and she bakes out of her apartment, which is great because you don't really have much overhead because you already live there. So I love that, you set up at different festivals, and that's how you're able to get your business out there. I used to do that all the time. I used to go to different, have you ever heard of Pinners Conference? It's Pinterest. Every year, Pinterest has a conference in like 4 or 5 major cities. When I lived in Atlanta, Georgia, they had one in Atlanta at the Cobb Galleria in Marietta, Georgia. Um, okay, so this is the name of a more bakery. It's called the Plant Lady, Ladi, I believe. And you're welcome. So if you guys want to check that out, she's close to Dallas, Texas area, and she has a bakery. So but yeah, so I used to set up, if you're familiar with Pinterest, the app Pinterest, they have a conference few times out the year. They pick like major cities. And I think this was around 2018, maybe, or 2017 or 2018. It's called Pinners Conference. Just Google it. You may be interested. They may come to Texas, Amor, so check that out. But I would buy vendor booth space, and I would have my clothing line there, and I use Shopify to do the transaction sale. I used my iPhone. I had the app Shopify on my phone. That's one thing I do love more, is that it is an app that you can download on your phone. If you guys don't know, like Shopify actually has an app. So it's not just like on your website on laptop or whatever. They actually do have an app too. So it's so easy to navigate the business world. It's so easy to do business as you're traveling, or if you're at certain events. Like, I love that about Shopify. So it's super easy. But let me see if I can find this to show you girls. So yeah, I used to set up and do a lot of festivals and conferences. I used to have a vendor spot and set up. So that's how I started getting my business out there. There's a Pinners conference in Fort Worth. Thanks for mentioning that. Yes. Okay. So you know what I'm talking. Are you going to go to that one? Okay. So if you don't know, there's just go on their website. They'll show you like where they're going to be at, and it's throughout the year. So, and then also just go and look and see what events are in your city, to see what conferences coming up that maybe you can buy vendor spots. Where was vendor spot? Okay, so we're referring to Pinners Conference. And I used to buy vendor spots. And if you don't know what the word or term vendor is, because I'm not going to assume everyone knows what I'm talking about. But vendor is meaning that like you have a business and you pay for a spot at an event, and you have a booth. And sometimes it depends on how big the event is, how popular it is, but you just pay a fee, and you can sell whatever that you sell, like your business or whatever. So I always try to get a vendor spot that is close to like the area where people are definitely not going to miss you at these events. You don't want to get a spot that's like way in the back, like the last place that people maybe forget to like go and check out. So you kind of want to be like where the main action is at. And it's really good to see if you can get like a layout of the plan of like the event, to see like what popular area. Obviously, the closer you are to the front, probably the more you spend for a space. But that's what a vendor spot is. And we're talking about the Pinners Conference. I'll check it out. It's in September. Okay, so if you guys are wondering if you're close to Dallas, Texas area, or if you want to travel, if you have a business, there's a Pinners Conference in Fort Worth, Texas in September. So check it out. So I'm looking for this picture too while we're chatting. So yeah, so that's how I started. I got myself out there. When you're online and social media, I was using social media, but also I was just making sure that I was plugging myself in to in-person events because there's nothing better than human connection. There's nothing better than someone actually meeting the actual business owner and they're connecting. Word of mouth goes far. So when someone actually meets you and they see like, oh, this is your business, they want to support you and it just travels far, word of mouth. So I always used to place myself, make sure that I was in-person events because online is great too as well. But there's nothing better than having like human connection and just, meeting either your customers or meeting potential new customers. So I do like that. And I'm searching for this picture of me at the Atlanta Pinners Conference. My grandmother actually was staying with me around this time, like she was visiting, and she helped me set up my booth, which I think is just so cute. I'm gonna see what year was this? Oh my God. I'm trying to find it. So she like helped me set up my whole booth and everything, which was so cute. I feel like I'm getting closer. Here it is. Okay. So this was, oh my God, this was April the 22nd, 2017. So I'm going to show it on YouTube first and then I'll show you. So if you can see, that's me in my JRAS. I have my banner, my table, all my merchandise, and I sold swimwear too. So I was selling fitness clothing and swimwear too as well. Let me clean my screen off. It's a little dirty. Let me screenshot that just in case I lose my place. And then here you go, guys. This is on my personal page if you want to like just take a stroll down memory lane. But this was me in 2017 at the Pinners Conference, and that was my booth. I sold swimwear too as well, fitness clothing, resistant bands, sunglasses, and all that stuff too. So that was me. Thank you. And then my banner I got from oh my God, where did I get this banner from? Oh my God. It's really popular. It's a place where you make Vistaprint. Vistaprint. So if anyone's looking to like get a banner or business cards, Vistaprint is really good and it's inexpensive. So let me scroll to see what you guys are saying. Okay, so I read that already. Do you contact an event coordinator to secure a spot? I heard of them and I used to work in locations like that, but never had my own booth. Yes. Okay. So Lola Lux asked a very important question. She wanted to know, do you contact the vendor spots? You do. So how I discovered this Pinners conference thing, I was following Pinterest and they posted that they were having the conference. And so I just looked at the person who was over the organization. So successful people leave clues. So people that are posting events that are happening, look at who they're tagging, or maybe who they're following, if you can get access to that, and see who the coordinator person is. Now, if you don't see information like that available, contact your local, what is it? Maybe you guys can help me think of it. Like the local person that, when you have events in your city, contact, I can't even think of it, but they have to get permits for it. So if you contact like your local, maybe you guys can help me think of the person or the organization. Events like this, you have to have permits for. So most likely that information will be like online or like they can tell you. I can't even think of it, but so yeah, that's how you do it. So you just contact the coordinator, you get their information and you see what the pricing is, if it's, what you agree to, pay for your spot. Facebook is a great way to find local vendor events in your area. Yes, that is a great way. So Facebook is a really great way too. So cute, and your booth setup was cute. Thank you. Facebook is a great way too. But yeah, I can't think of the business. I'm getting like mind blank for a second. But that's how you can find what's going on in your local town or city, and Facebook is a great tool. She mentioned Amanda, so definitely check that out. So where was I at? I know I'm a little over the place. I want to say something. My mind just went blank. It'll come to me. So anyway, if it comes to me, I'll just say it. So anyway, I did that for years, and that's how I was able to grow online and also in person, because obviously when you're going to these events, people are getting familiar with your face, they're getting familiar with your brand, and that's how you can grow your business. So if you're looking to start and you want to enter into your wealthy goddess era, you need to figure out what is something that you're passionate about, something that you can talk about, even if you wasn't getting paid to do it. Even if you wasn't getting paid to talk about this thing or to do it, what is that for you? And I think this is the problem that people kind of get stuck or stagnant with, is that they want to like create wealth for themselves. They want to start a business, maybe they want to start a podcast, maybe they want to be a content creator, but they don't really know what they want to talk about, or maybe the name of it, maybe an ideal hasn't came to them. This is important for you to really get in tune with your creative energy. And if you've been listening to the podcast and you've been listening to different episodes, there's episodes I have on creative energy and creative flow. That's a great place to start. But if you haven't found something that makes you like excited, that ignites passion in you, take a moment to discover that. For me, when I look back, everything that I've ever done, it's been an extension of me. My first business, I love dressing up. Like ever since I was a little girl, I enjoy like dressing up. I enjoyed, styling and just looking cute and all that stuff. Like I really enjoyed that. So it made sense to sell women clothing. I've always been a great dresser. I've always got compliments for like how I dress and stuff like that. So that's an extension of me. And you can have many different passions in different phases of your life or at the same time. So don't feel like you have to be locked into only doing one thing. But I do want to encourage you to find a passion of yours that you can talk about, you can do, whether you're getting paid or not to do it. Like, what is that? And then make it like a priority and become like a master of it, like self mastery of it. And then as you grow that, you can extend on to other things that you want to do, like so you don't feel overwhelmed and you're not looking confused. And one day you're doing makeup, one day you're baking goods, and then one day you're selling body oil, and then one day like you're not all over the place. So you got to find something that you're very passionate about. And I feel like you become more successful when you can focus on one thing and grow that and nurture it. And then you can create something else that's an extension of that too. So let's see what you guys are saying. I am passionate about talking, tapping into our intuition and abilities. Okay, can you elaborate a little bit more about that, Amanda? So Amanda says she's very passionate about talking, tapping into our intuition and abilities, and I love that. So when you find something that you're passionate about, a lot of times it's like an extension of who we are. And people recognize our gifts. Like people recognize, like, oh, you can tell she's passionate about this because she lights up, like it shines, like her eyes shines when she talks about this thing. People notice that. And so thank you for joining. So people notice when we are passionate about something, and they also know when we're not passionate about it. Okay. So when you're not passionate about something, if you are not making money from it, it will fizzle out. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I teach other how to tap into their inner power using their intuition and God-given spiritual gifts. I love that. What made you get started in that? Like, what made you start talking and teaching about that? I'm just curious. And I don't know if you say you had a podcast. I think you did. What is the name of your podcast? So, but yeah, if you find that you are doing something and you're not really passionate about it, if you're not making money from it, you will feel burnt out. Because sometimes our money doesn't come the way we think it should come. Sometimes our money comes in different ways. It comes through different people also too. Like me showing up today and just chit-chatting, getting ready, doing makeup and hair. I'm very passionate about talking about this topic and helping other women and also seeing what you guys are passionate about too. Like that excites me. It excites me to see other women who want to create wealth for themselves, not just material wealth, but spiritual wealth too. Like my personal journey using divination tools. I love that. And she relates to her own personal journey. And that's how I am too. So it's like when you have a personal journey, it makes it so much easier to talk about it because you are an extension of what you're teaching other people. And people notice that. They can feel it. Your audience can feel it. Your community can feel it. Everyone can feel it. So take a little sip. All right. So anyway, when you want to create wealth for yourself, you got to find what you're passionate about. Let me see what you guys are saying. I'm passionate about all things food, baking, and food gadgets. I love that. And that's how you started your business, right? How long have you been in business? And do you have like a social media? Do you post content around your business? If I'm not mistaken, I think you DM'd me about want to become a content creator. If am I correct, Amor? I think so. I've been listening to your podcast and I love it. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm so happy when you girls like DM me and say you've been listening to the podcast and it's made like a huge impact in your life. Like it really, like to me, that like makes my day. Like to me, that's like the reward. Like, yes, it's nice to like make money from my passions, but it's also like nice to have to be rewarded to see like how you can really change people's lives in a positive way. My podcast is called The Mobile Medium. It's going fast. I teach others how to end the taboo on the woo-woo, like using tarot cards, doing dream interpretations, and making your spiritual journey your own. I love that. I had a previous podcast on embodying gratitude, and that journey with gratitude led me here. I love that. I love that. That is beautiful. Let's see what you guys are seeing over here. I started my business in college. Wow, in 2021, and my business Instagram is the Plant Lady. I post pics, but I want to post reels as well and show my face more. Okay, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that because I think either you or some other people were talking about like afraid to show up. So we're gonna touch on that too. Let's see. Impatient sometimes. Thank you. You're welcome. I think I missed something you said. You said impatient sometimes. Where was this from? Uh okay. Okay, so that was you. All right, so I just finished my hair. I feel like I got like a little bit curl this little piece right here. All right, so I know what. I need to curl this piece. Then we're gonna move on to makeup. There we go. Maybe curl this piece and then we'll move on to makeup. All right, so give me a second. Curl this piece. Got a few pieces that are like need curl. There we go. All right. So put this up. All right. I love the hair. What do you guys think about the hair? Sometimes I like to do rollers, and sometimes I like to just do the flat iron and curl. So today was just like that. By the way, look how cute these little straws are I got from Amazon. They're glass, so they're reusable, and they have a butterfly on it. Like, look how cute it is. It came like in a pack of 12. Like sometimes when you go to restaurants, they don't even serve like plastic straws anymore. They have paper straws, and your straw gets soggy. I hate that. So like now I keep a couple of these in my purse, and I love these. They're glass, but you have to be very careful because it's delicate and it may break. But I love them. They're so cute. It's like a little extra touch. I love the hair. Thank you. So, thank you. So, okay. So when you're first starting out, I know soggy straws are not the vibes at all. I remember the first time I went to a restaurant, I think I was in California, they was like, oh, they're banned. And I was like, really? When did this happen? So I was surprised. I was taken back. I didn't know straws were banned in California, but here we are. Here we are. They're banning straws. So I know why, but I still was taken back though. So I'm like, oh, how I'm gonna drink my drink. So anyway, I'm gonna use a little bit of this right here is like the best. This Milk Primer by Milk Makeup. This is good. Like if you have if you have like oily skin, this right here is the best. Seriously. So do this. Helps like your makeup stay on nice, but it's also like doesn't leave a weird like cast on your face, It doesn't like mess up your foundation, doesn't like oxidize it or whatever. So do that. Today we're gonna do some foundation. Okay, so where did I leave off at? Does anybody remember what I said last before I got a little sidetracked? I know I was reading, I think Amanda was telling me about her business. Oh, I so missed this. I'm so sorry. Okay, so I have been trying to figure out ways on how to be patient during my process. I've been on my journey for about 2 months and I can literally visualize and feel the other side, but I found myself impatient sometimes. No wonder when I read impatience, I was like, that sounds, I didn't know where that came from. So I've been trying to. So are you referring to so we're talking about like, I think you were the one that just said you've been listening to the podcast. Okay, so we're talking about Wealthy Goddess era, starting your business, whether you want to like be a podcaster, content creator, influencer. So that's what we're talking about. So let me get a foundation brush. All right, so does anybody remember where I left off at? Just kind of want to remember where I left off at. I got a little sidetracked, I apologize. If you don't remember, I'm just going to pick up where I think I left off at. So if you've been wanting to start your own business and create a okay, perfect. You were talking about business and content creation. Okay, thank you. So if you've been wanting to start your own business, let's say you want to be a content creator, but you're afraid to show your face. Like you're afraid for some reason, you have like this fear of like showing your face. Maybe it's fear of being seen by family because maybe your family follow you on social media and you feel like, oh, cringe, you know? Or maybe it's just afraid that you're not going to have support. You're not going to have like a community that supports you. I want to encourage you to do one or two or three of these things. You could either start a whole new page where you don't have people that are familiar with you that follows your page already. You can start a whole new page and you can start posting like right away, right? So that's one thing you can do. Okay. And obviously you're not adding your family, your friends, or like, people that really know you. So you're not afraid to post. Okay. So that's one solution. Another solution could be you could just not simply care. Find the courage within yourself to simply not care what other people think of you. Not simply care if people that you know are following you and seeing that you're pursuing your passion and you're trying to create, income for yourself through content creation or starting a podcast or a business. Like, simply just don't care because those people don't pay your bills. Even if they do pay your bills, like, you know what I mean? Like, and when I say those people, I'm talking about like friends or whoever that you're afraid to start posting that's following you on social media. Another solution would be to create a faceless account where you're not showing your face and you don't have to be the center of your brand or the center of content creation. And when I think about this, those accounts do pretty well because they're focusing on servicing their community. They're not really focused on them. Not to say that if you're focused on yourself, you're not able to service your own community, but like it really takes the pressure and the eyes off of them. So if you are interested in starting a faceless account, let me know. I'm just curious who's interested in that. If you want to be a content creator, I had an idea for a podcast listening to yours yesterday and immediately got imposter syndrome. Okay, so Daniela, I think that's your name, Daniela or Daniel. Um, that is normal. If you are feeling imposter syndrome, that is normal because it's like you're trying to do something new and you haven't done it before. And now all of a sudden you start getting these limited beliefs starts peeking up in your brain and you're starting to think, like, what if? Like, what if it goes this way? What if it goes that way? Like, that's normal when you haven't done something before. Even me, like at certain levels of my life, like I start to second guess, like, do I belong in this room? Am I worthy of this opportunity? Like, but then I have to check and remind myself, like, yeah, if I wasn't, it wouldn't be given to me. Like, this opportunity wouldn't have just came and fell in my lap. Or like I wouldn't be getting hundreds of DMs from people who are saying, like, I listened to this episode and I manifested this, or I listened to your episode and I was able to get myself out of a rut. Like, okay, obviously I'm doing something that is in alignment with who I am, my passion. So what am I afraid of? You know, I'm afraid of like actually becoming successful and like, you know, making money. I'm afraid of that? Yes, I felt that before too, right? Even Amanda says she's felt that before, imposter syndrome. Like, trust me, some of the greatest like influencers or like, celebrities that you look up to at some point in their life, they felt that way. They may not admit it, they may not tell you, but they definitely felt that way. Let's see what you guys are saying on YouTube. What about non-aesthetic living space and filming? Can you elaborate more on that? I know what you mean, but I want you to elaborate more on that. So Amora on YouTube, she's interested in doing content creation. I'm assuming faceless, her not showing her face. Um, Non-aesthetic living spaces filming. So can you elaborate more on that? So we could chat about that. So while I'm waiting for her response, when you step aside, like literally step aside from being afraid of being seen, like even if you want to create like a faceless account or whatever, like just actually go after and pursue like your passions. That's when your creative flow starts to come in, because now you have unlocked this new feature in you. Now that you see that, oh, I can do this, she's doing this, and she's been doing this for a while, or she just started this and she's having some joy and pleasure out of it. That's important, to have joy and pleasure out of something that you're doing, because when you have joy and pleasure, things flow in sync with you. And like that's when opportunities flow into your life. But if you don't have joy and pleasure, how can you enjoy the journey? You know? So I want to record me cooking and baking. My kitchen is in the Instagram. Oh, okay. Thank you. All right. So Amore has a bakery business. It's in outside of Dallas, Texas. And she does really well for herself. She started this business in college in 2021, and she sets up and she goes to festivals. That's how she gets her business out there. And she has some success online where she's promoting her business. But this is her dilemma. This is her challenge that she sees for herself. She said, I want to start cooking and baking in her kitchen, but it's not aesthetically pleasing. Like her kitchen isn't like the Instagram or Pinterest kitchen. So I'm going to share a little story and I'm going to answer your question more. When I started J Rod's collection, I was in a 1 bedroom, 1 bath apartment. 1 bedroom, 1 bath apartment. And I'm going to find this picture of me sitting on the floor. My grandmother, I think she's in the background of this picture. And I was designing J Rod's. Oh, let me just show you this picture, by the way. So this is the J Rod's photo shoot I did many, many years ago, just to kind of give anyone like a face to what I'm talking about. Okay. So when I first started J Rod's collection, I did not live in a mansion. I did not live in an aesthetic pleasing home. I did not love, like it wasn't like an Instagram, home. And I have to find this picture just to kind of like show you, like, yes, you can start that business. I did not have here it is. Okay. This is me in my 1 bedroom, 1 bath apartment. And this apartment was like so old, but that's what I could afford at the time. And that's me on the floor creating a vision board for my business. Okay. This is me, Amore, in my 1 bedroom, 1 bath apartment, creating a vision board for my business, J Rod's collection. Okay. Was this Instagram worthy, like aesthetic? Not really. Yes, I'm in this beautiful home now, this beautiful bathroom, chandelier in the bathroom. This bathroom is bigger than my old apartment. Like, but I had to work my way up to this level, you know? So what I'm trying to tell you guys is to just start. Like, just start with what you have. So don't let that make you feel like you can't start creating content. Now, let me give you the solution to your problem. Okay. You can go on Amazon, and I'll try to find it and I'll link it in this description. But you can go on Amazon, and they have like an overhead, kind of like this. I think this is actually linked. If you want to be a content creator, I think this is already linked. So you can get this right here, and you see how I have this, and you can put your phone here, okay? Like this, Amore, okay? Anyone who's wanting to create content and you feel like your home is not aesthetically pleasing, okay? So you're baking, right? Let's say you have your pastries. Let's say you have a beautiful croissant, Okay, focus, zoom in on what you're cooking. I don't need to see your whole apartment. I want to look at the food. So zoom in on that and let that be the focus. Let the food be the talk of the town. So whenever I go to your page or more, I want to see your hands cooking with love, and you're making, the pastry from scratch or whatever it is, that you're making. I just want to see that. And maybe you could do a cute voiceover and you can like walk us through that process. Or maybe you could do a voiceover and tell us about your day. And while we're focusing on you cooking, we're also getting to know you. We're getting to know you, how you started your business, and your passions, maybe your favorite pastry that you like to make, or maybe the pastry that sold out this week and you're like, this pastry sold out. And like, we want to know you. So like, don't focus on the lack. Don't focus on like your place may not be Instagram aesthetically appealing. Like, you can create wealth in that apartment of yours. You can start the process and work your way up. So eventually, maybe one day you have your own bakery if you desire that. Or eventually, one day you manifest a beautiful home with a nice kitchen that you can start filming in. Like, you have to start working your way up to that. And it's called self concept work. Like, you have to envision yourself already in that kitchen of yours. Start cooking like you're already in that dream kitchen that you desire. And I really encourage you to go on Pinterest and find the kitchen that you desire to have one day in your apartment or home. And let that be on your vision board. But while you're cooking and baking in your current home, appreciate it. Appreciate that you have a roof over your head. And I'm not saying you don't, but appreciate that you have a roof over your head. Appreciate that you have customers. Appreciate that you have the opportunity to create something beautiful and share it with the world. Like, start using the resources that God have given you right now. Like, don't feel like you need all this fancy equipment, all this fancy background. Yes, I know you may look at other people online and you may start comparing yourself to, and I'm just using this young lady as an example. I love her. We all love Nora Smith. Yes, yes. If you don't say you don't, but I love her. I love her cooking videos. She's like beautiful, but her voice is angelic too, and it's just so soothing. I love her. I love that she makes everything from scratch. But I don't know her backstory. I don't know her background or anything like that. I don't know if she was born into it or not. I don't know, and I don't care. But what I'm saying is that she could be an inspiration. I'm just using her as an example. And that could be something that you can like manifest. That could be something that you work your way towards. But in the moment, in the what you have with you, use that to build and work yourself up to what you desire. That's how I got to where I'm at today. I saw people who had, the lifestyle that I desire, the car, the business, the partner, whatever it is that I desire. I didn't get jealous or envious. I just got a vision board. I started working towards it. I started healing and doing inner work around it. And I started pouring into myself, and I believed in myself. So if that's what it is that you want to do, don't let that be an excuse moving forward. Like, after this live, moving forward, if you don't have the proper recording tools, I do have it linked in this video. And I'm talking about on YouTube, guys. If you're on Instagram, I have the if you want to start a podcast or content creation, I have all the equipment that I use. Very affordable. All of these equipments are very affordable. The only thing that's a little bit more expensive is my camera, but you don't have to go out and buy a camera. You can use your iPhone. So like, just start and use what you have. So let me see what you guys are saying. Actually, let me see what you are saying, and then I'll go back to Instagram. Okay, yeah. Good morning. Good morning, Kimberly. You could just replay it. Thanks for sharing your story and the tripod. I was so nervous about this, and I appreciate the tips for real. You're welcome. And that's what it is. Sometimes I believe like everything I've been through in life, like maybe it's to help someone like more, like maybe it's to show and share people, like just start and use what you got. Let's see. I feel like I can relate to this as well. I feel like I'm in a similar place, but I realize now that people love transformation and watching you grow, and it adds to their journey with you. Yes. People do love transformation. And even if you feel like you don't have a transformation story, like maybe you feel like, okay, everything I have is perfect. Like, that's okay too. But people also, I think people really enjoy being able to connect with someone online. Like, you don't have to look like me, you don't have to talk and walk like me or have what I have, but like maybe there's something that you feel a connection to. I don't know what that is unless you tell me, but like maybe you feel a connection, or it could just be simply you feel good watching me, you feel good listening to me. That is all, it has to be. It doesn't have to be anything elaborate, too, as well. I think sometimes people are afraid to actually start because they feel like maybe they don't have something very valuable to offer. And I'm telling you, you do. There is someone for everyone, there is a target audience for everyone, there is a community for everyone. You just have to start. And that's how you create a wealthy mindset, a wealthy community, wealthy money in the bank account when you start and you trust and believe in yourself. So, hey, Kimberly, we talked. Okay, thank you, Amar, for catching Kimberly up. And I'm gonna save this live stream. So if anyone's tuning in on YouTube, this is gonna be saved on Instagram. I'll save it too, but I can never guarantee if it gets disrupted or something, because you know how Instagram is. So I try to save it if I can. Last time I was able to save it, but the voice went out in one of the lives. So your voice is soothing. I love the affirmations in your tone of the podcast. Thank you. Thank you, Keisha. Um, so anyone that's looking to start and they're like afraid that they don't really have the tools, or they don't feel like their environment is aesthetically appeasing to the eye, start small. Start small. Or if you have a friend that is very, open to you using their kitchen, I'm just using this as an example, like maybe you have a friend that has a really nice kitchen, use their kitchen. I'm going to share something with you guys. When I was creating content for J-Rod's collection, and this is a business I had for four or 5 years, before I started Habits of a Goddess podcast. When I was creating content, I had a 1-bedroom, 1-bath apartment. Okay. I had a friend that she worked in this beautiful building. She was like a property management, and she would let me come in and use their gym. So I would film content in their gym because their gym had like marble. I was like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. So I would film like workout videos of me in that gym up until it kind of became like a little problem. I don't know what it is. Maybe they were being a hater. I don't know. But they were like, oh, you don't live here. And I didn't want to get her in trouble. So, I had to kind of stop because I valued our, friendship or whatever. And I definitely don't want to get anyone in trouble. But I used, the resources that I had available to me. And that came through a friend. It came through a connection, someone who I met through we had a mutual friend. And so I was able to use her gym, and that gym was beautiful. It was a really nice high-end apartment. And I couldn't afford to live in that apartment building, but I had a friend who let me use the gym that worked there. And, that's why I say, like, your blessings, you just never know who is going to help you on your journey. You never know, like, how you can be blessed and how you can form divine connections. Okay. This is something that was like divine connected. This was for me, right? That friendship was a divine connection in my life. And it was so important that I understood, like, okay, I may not physically, or I may not have like a beautiful apartment, but I have friends that work at a nice apartment and I can use their gym for the time being to create content for my business. And I started doing that. I started filming a lot of workout videos, and, promos and ads and stuff like that. Like I did all of that by using the resources that God gave me. And I never once felt like I was lacking in that area of my life because I knew butterfly effect. That's a perfect one to listen to today. Hi, I heard today your butterfly effect episode and it was great. However, such as life is, there are ups and downs. I'm feeling it on my down days lately. Came as an international Australia. Wow, you're an Aussie babe. Loss of experiences and challenges, but the one that is affecting me now is feeling alone. I usually tend to give advice to my friends and be the strong person. Girl, that was me. Wonder Woman. But then I look around and I don't have a mentor or someone can give can I give me good advice? Any recommendations? That was me, Jay-Z doll. That was me. I was that friend to all of my friends. Like I was the person that they would go to. And I think they saw me as this strong person, but I also felt like maybe they didn't think I had something, like maybe they think I didn't need a listening ear or I need a mentor, or I need like support. Maybe they saw me like on this pedestal, like, oh, she got life figured out. But no, I never said I had life figured out, but I probably made it look very easy because I did not give up on myself. So if you are like, I wish anyone that's like in that's feeling the same way as Jay-Z over here on Instagram, she says she feels like she doesn't have like a mentor, someone to like encourage her, like how she's been for her friends, and she feels alone. She's from Australia. I would recommend like what you're doing right now, you're joining the live, you're joining a community, okay? I would also continue listening to the podcast, which that's how you discovered me. And then I would also look for other women online that resonate with your desires, that resonate with the lifestyle that you desire for yourself. And when I say lifestyle, it's not always material things. Find women who look like they have peace in their life, okay? Find women who look like they have freedom, they have an abundance mindset. It's material things are great. I love material things. Like I love a nice, bag or a nice pair of shoes. Like I love that. But that didn't make who I am today. Okay. Like find women online who represent happiness in their life. Like they look like, and I know with social media, sometimes it's hard to truly see if someone's truly happy, but like use your intuition, okay? Find women who represents the direction where you want to go in life. And those women could be your mentors. You don't have to know them personally. You don't have to have direct access to them, but like they can be your mentor and your friend and your head, okay? And those women are helping other women, okay? They are genuinely building communities. They're empowering women. They're using their voice to empower women. They're not tearing down other women. They're not belittling other women, okay? So that's how you can tell if you are following someone who is genuine. They're not in drama, they're not in gossip, they're not, like they don't live that kind of life, okay? They live a very stress-free life for the most part that we can control, right? In our life, stress-free. There's good stress, there's bad stress. So you guys are into intelligent, you know what I'm talking about. So find women like that online. And for me, whenever I was feeling alone, I was like 22, okay? So I'm 32, so this is like 10 years ago, okay? I moved from a very small town called Baxley, Georgia, population 4,000, okay? I moved to Atlanta. I didn't have one single friend. I had one cousin, but she was married and she had kids and she had her own life. But we did like interact from time to time, but she really wasn't like a mentor or like, like she really wasn't like that person for me. Okay. So I felt very alone on my journey. And about 2 years later, I'm kind of a little bit backtrack. I was like 20. I was 20 years old when I moved to Atlanta. But 2 years later is when I got a therapist. And that's not the reason why I got a therapist. I wanted to do some healing and inner work. But over the years of me having a therapist, she was like my life coach, my mentor. She was very mature as a woman, and so she gave me things that I didn't have in a friendship, if that makes sense. And I was able to duplicate that and look for that in friendships moving forward. So, and mentors moving forward as well. So, once I completed like my journey of therapy, I had like this new vision of what a mentor for me matched for me, if that makes sense. Like I had this new version in my head, this new ideal of what I want. If I'm going to listen or follow a woman online, how do I want her to like represent as someone to like move forward towards and learn from? So you know that best for yourself. I can't tell you that, but I can only share my personal experience. So Jay-Z, you know what type of mentor, what type of coach is right for you in this season of your life, okay? And the reason why I emphasize on this season in your life, you may be in the season of just like working on you. You may be in a season of like, okay, I'm building myself up. I want to cancel out the outside noise. I want to work in this area. Like only you know that with yourself. You know when you at night or in the morning when you sit with yourself, those thoughts, you know what areas of your life that you want to improve and like move towards. So find women that are speaking to that area in your life in this season. And then once you grow and move past that, you're going to start attracting other women that are mentors that can complete those other areas in your life. And maybe this is the season of like healing, personal development, you know, like self love. And that's maybe why you've been attracted to my podcast, because this is the season that you're operating in. Now, once you work on that area of your life, you just maintain it. You just maintain it. But right now, it's important to maintain your frequency, your vibration, your energy, because you don't want someone to tear down what you've built for yourself. And that's within. Like, obviously, no one can tear that down. You have to give them permission. But if you're feeling very vulnerable, you don't want to start. You don't want to start having you don't want to start being friends with someone because you feel alone. You don't want to get into a relationship because you feel alone, if that makes sense. So, like, be very protective of your energy in this season. Don't allow anyone to just have access to you. So, focus on your goals. Take time to journal, write out your goals. If you're like, hey, I want to start a business this season, well, you're tuned into the right channel, okay? And then find other women who are successful in business too as well. And you can learn from other women at the same time. You know, I don't have to be the only person, you know. I learned from, you know, different women over the years. Abraham Hicks is a woman who I learned from. I loved how her voice was so soothing. I love how she was just speaking to my heart. I love how she introduced me to meditation as well, and how it's not just one form. Like there's different ways to meditate. So don't conform or shrink yourself and feel like you have to do things in life one way. If anyone is instilling fear into you and making you feel like, oh, if you don't do it my way or this way, then you're doing it wrong, like, no. There's more than one way to get toward your goals and be successful in this abundant world. And you have to find what resonates towards you. You know what I'm saying? So I know that was pretty lengthy, but I speak from my heart. And I feel like when you guys are asking, you know, me questions, whoever is replaying this live, that might be something in their heart that's been like weighing on them. And I just, you know, I feel like that's how I get moved. So I need a friend and mentor like you. Oh, thank you. And I do offer one-on-one coaching too, ladies. So if you're like looking to have like one-on-one, because I know like, you know, when we're live, I'm interacting, I'm answering everyone's question. But if you feel like there's something maybe you want to focus on a little bit more, and I can, if you feel like I can be a good help, I do offer that too, like one-on-one coaching. Let me scroll up because I know I did miss a few questions. I think I did. Oh, an influencer I follow rent Airbnbs to film content. That might be something you can consider. Thank you, Amanda Rose. Yes. So, more, that's something you can consider too, as well as rent an Airbnb if that's like feasible for you. Also, keep in mind this is a business write off too. Okay. So if you're set up properly, you can write that off. You know, if you are renting Airbnb, you're filming, if you want to make content, that's a great way too. And you can find Airbnbs. Yeah, she said that's a great idea. Thank you, Amanda, for sharing that. Um, that's a great idea to film content in, and you can batch up your content. Also, this idea just came to my head too. Maybe there's a space in your area that is designed for content creators. I know today there's a lot of people that are buying commercial space, and they're building it out so multiple content creators can use that space. So check that out too. Look in your area and see if are there some content creator spaces that you can film. And I think you just rent it by the hour. So check that out too. So Airbnb is a great way. And then look for content creator spaces. A lot of times photographers have studios that they rent out because they use it for multiple things. So look at that too as well. So let's see if I missed anything. That's great advice. Thank you. I meant to say I came to Australia as an international student 6 years ago. I'm Mexican. Oh, okay. It just feels that finally I'm financially stable, but in terms of my inner circle, they are no longer making me feel like I'm growing. Maybe you outgrown your circle. Maybe you've outgrown your circle because you are like a reflection of the people who you hang around the most. You really are. And that's why I'm always like I feel like I'm always evolving and transforming because I am always surrounding myself around people who know more than I do. I'm not afraid to be around people who know more than I do. And you guys should always seek people. Never be the smartest person in the room. I was told this like years ago. If you're the smartest person in the room, get out. So always look for ways to like improve and grow yourself. Don't ever feel like if you feel like you if you feel like your friends aren't like elevated and you feel like you've outgrown them and like maybe when you hang out you're not really like into like maybe certain conversations or whatever, you don't have to disown them. But I will say that a lot of times we feel a shift. We feel a shift within ourselves. And that's because like we're growing, we're developing a certain area of our life. And maybe they haven't developed or grown and evolved. And you're starting to feel a little stagnant in their friendships. But you don't have to like cut them out or disown them. You just need to like have more elevated friends. And they will either elevate along with you. Obviously, we're on different paths. Like not everyone you're going to encounter is going to be like on the same journey, the same time frame. But just keep that in mind too. So it's just time to have more elevated friends. Time to have more elevated friends. And hiring a coach is a write-off. So yes, if you don't know, guys, if you decide to hire me, you can definitely at the end of the year write it off too, because it's educational, it's an investment. Also, when I was starting my business, I hired a business coach. This is what I had in my Rolodex. Okay, I had a therapist for my mental. Okay, no one talks about when you're in business the mental toll it can take on you, as well. So I had a therapist, I had a business coach, and I had a life coach. So the business coach was good in certain seasons of my life, but then I felt like I've outgrown that business coach. And sometimes you do. Sometimes you outgrow a certain person coaching style, and that's okay. Like you don't have to end a relationship in a negative way or anything. It's just sometimes people just coach different, and you're able to adapt and learn from them. And then some people you're not able to learn from their coaching style. It's like when you're in school, you have your favorite teacher, right? And your favorite teacher, you're able to learn better. And then certain teachers, you're just like, I hate this class because you're not understanding their teaching style. So find what works best for you. I've definitely uh I've definitely have grown my inner circle and they think I don't want to be their friend, but I'm trying to find my true circle, if that makes sense. It does make sense. And that's why I say you don't have to like disown, you know what I mean? Like you don't have to be like, bye. um, you just have to have a different approach. Like maybe just limit as much time you spend with them because you're in this like incubated season. Like you have friends that you're familiar with, they're familiar with you, you're familiar with them, but then you kind of want to rise a little bit higher. You want a little bit more elevated friends. And if you are in business, you definitely need friends who understand business too. You don't have to, all your friends don't have to be business owners or content creators or podcasters, but it's nice to have someone you can really like relate to as well too. So you're going to find that you want to like elevate the circle of people that you're with because they understand the dialogue, like they understand the conversations and they can understand when you're in this cycle of like there's ups and downs. You're in a cycle, you know? So and I find that they're way more encouraging when they're able to relate to what it is that you do too. Or if you're just like working on yourself, like you don't have to, if anyone's tuning in, you're like, oh, I don't, want to start a business or, anything like that. You're enjoying the conversation. Like this applies for all, like anything. But I also look at myself and think of myself as a brand. And who I associate myself with is so important. So like I have to make sure that I'm associating myself with people who are going to push me outside of my comfort zone, who's going to elevate me. So that's important. Communicate with the women that's in this live, like in the comments, follow each other. Follow each other. See, I do have a post pin where I ask like where you guys are from. And the reason why I ask that question, so whenever I have events, I can go through and see like, oh, this city has more people that they're from. Like maybe let's have an event here. Because I would love to do in person more of that. That way you guys can actually, communicate and support each other and grow and all that stuff. I think it's so important. I know how it feels to like feel like you're alone, but you're really never alone. You're really never alone. Trust me, you're really never alone. So you guys are saying, if you're the smartest person in the room, get out. Yes. I'm definitely looking into a one-on-one with you. You've helped me so much since I began listening to your podcast. Thank you. I look forward to helping you, Amanda. I look forward to that. Please do live event in South Carolina. Charleston is amazing. Oh, okay. So I will definitely mental note that. I love that. Thank you. We'll have to get some people and see, or if anyone's willing to travel too, surrounding. Like Georgia, what's close to South Carolina? Georgia. So yeah, Florida, Georgia. Yes, y'all drop your Instagram names. Drop your Instagram names and comment under the live when the live is over and stuff too, so everyone can like engage. Because I know like with Instagram, you can't really, it looks funny, like if someone replaying it, they're probably like, who is she talking to? You can't really see the conversation, I don't think, on Instagram. I don't think you can see, or maybe I don't know how to turn that setting on. But on YouTube, you can see the chat. But on Instagram, I don't think you can see the chats. I don't think you can see the people chatting on Instagram on the live. So if anyone wants to like connect, make sure you comment under the video. I feel like right now I'm in my peace era. Uh-oh, this light went out. Give me 1 second. Okay. I feel like right now I'm in my peace era. I've definitely distanced myself from a lot of people. I lived out my mom's and got my own place, or I moved out. I moved out of my mom's and got my own place. And oh my gosh, it's so peaceful. Okay, I understood moved out. Yeah. Honestly, Solitude. Solitude. Solitude is your best friend. Like if you're feeling like you just need like a revamp, like you need to like recharge, like revamp, like solitude is your best friend. Being in solitude and like actually like take time to focus on like what it is that you want in a friendship. What it is that a wealthy goddess, okay? It's not about quantity, it's about quality. And as you are continuing working on yourselves, you are not going to be entertained by like mediocrity, like at all. Like you're going to be like quality over quantity. I rather have quality friendships, quality connections over quality over quantity. So when you consider yourself wealthy goddess is not just material. It's not just about a number of money that's in your bank account. It's the way you think. If you think in abundance, okay? So like you realize peace is way more valuable. So you're like, I'm gonna like have get my own place. I'm gonna focus on myself. That to me, you're a wealthy goddess. You're in your wealthy goddess era. Like you're focusing on things that money cannot buy. Well, yeah, money can buy you some peace. You get, buy a nice piece of, buy a home or purchase or whatever somewhere out that's not in the chaos. Yeah, money can buy some type of peace. But you know what I mean? Like you're like, I value peace. I value my own happiness. I value it all. That's what you guys are saying. Thanks for this live. Can't wait to network with you, ladies. Thank you. More of my home keeps me from filming content as well. I live in Baltimore. If anyone live close, we can do the Airbnb for content. Listen, oh my God, you guys can collaborate with each other too. Do you know that? So like collaborate with each other. Like if you live close by in the cities, like interact with each other. See if you guys can collaborate with each other. So, if you're like in Baltimore, if you're in Texas, like collaborate with each other. So, yeah, congrats on her move. That's amazing. I love this era I'm in, and your podcast has helped me a lot too. Thank you. I love that for you too, girl. I love that. I love that. Let me see if I missed anything. Okay, let's see. You know what I think would be really cool to have like a live Instagram, it's not Instagram, a live podcast. Would you guys be up for that? Like I saw this girl, or actually I think it was like two of them, like they had like a live podcast and like people came out and I was like, ooh, I never thought of that. Like a live episode. You know what I'm saying? Like have anyone ever seen that before or been to one? I wouldn't mind doing that. I don't know, like I think that would be so cool. And like maybe we can have like we can call goddesses up from the audience and do like a segment. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that would be so fun, right? We could do that. Like we could actually make that a thing. Like that would be so incredible. And that way it can be like, okay, we can network with each other. We can have in person, but also like have a live podcast and we pick a topic that we're going to talk about, but it's like live. That would be so awesome. That would be fun, right? Like where would we start? Like where would we go? Should we do like a tour? I don't want to like bite off more than I could chew, but you guys, would you be into that? I just got that idea like right now. Hi. Yes, I went to one in Austin, Texas in May and it was incredible. Oh, you did? So nice. Okay. So that's a sign. Genius. Wow. Did you feel like did you feel like you were able to connect with other people that was listening to the podcast? Like you can like how was that experience for you? Like that'd be really nice. I love that, right? Where should we do this? I think, the idea kind of really prompted up when I was in, please make North Texas top of the list. Okay. So comment that. I'm going to like make a post or like maybe like the most recent Instagram post, comment that. Cause like, that's how I'm able to go back and like talk to my team and be like, okay, like this was requested. Like, is this something that we can like do and how can we structure it? We're going to talk about that too. Structure in business. Yes, I met other people that I have met before online that I connected through the podcast with a new friend too. Hey, that is a great idea. I'm in DC. Hi, Texas girl. Oh, we got a couple of Texas girlies here. Okay. So DC, Texas, South Carolina. I can't remember if she said she's in Mexico and she's from Australia or I can't remember. But we have some international too. Oh, first time joining. Hi. I'm so happy. I'm so happy you joined the live. That would be really awesome. I think that would be so awesome. I have to talk to the girls. You know what? Oh my God. This is so divine. Two of my girls that work with my podcast, like behind the scenes, they're in Texas. Oh my God. I'm going to text them right now, see what part of Texas they are. Because everyone works remote. Oh my God. Ooh, this is so crazy. This is so freaking crazy. Let me send them a text real quick. Um, they're in Texas, but what part? I don't remember. Mm. This is so crazy. Okay. I know, right? And I forgot which episode it was. And I did mention this a little bit too in the previous live. I've been working with these girls for 2 years, like my team, and we met for the first time in March in LA at the podcast conference. But everything we've been doing remote, like Zoom calls, emails, like remote. That's how we've been communicating. So um yeah. Like I have like people on my team, some in New York, California, and Texas. That's where they're at. So that was just wow, powerful. Like I literally just got like chills. Oh my gosh, yes. I love to move out too. I'm getting tongue tied. I know I'll get there. Mental health is definitely more important than splitting the rent. But hey, girls, goddess mentality. I would love it if you did a live podcast on how you get signed with the podcast network and building your platform. Okay, I love that. Let me screenshot that. Oh, that's a good one. I love that. We could talk about that for sure. Haha, yes, Mexican living in Australia. Okay, I had it backwards. I was thinking you were from Australia and you were living in the States. Okay, so you're in Australia. Okay. um, I'm a psychic, so I'm just telling you now, this is gonna work out and be fabulous. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh my God. So yeah, let me see if they sent me a text back. I know I have it on Do Not Disturb. Dallas. Okay, she's in Dallas, Texas. One of them is in Dallas, Texas. Okay. I just texted her. I was like, I want to host a live podcast. You know what? I'm gonna step into action. I'm gonna do what I'm telling you girls to do. I'm gonna put it into action. We're gonna sprinkle some manifests. Okay. Okay, so you live near Dallas, Texas. And this could be like a maybe trip if you're not like, near Dallas or whatever. So she's in Dallas, Texas. We're gonna see how we're gonna do this. So you're seeing this like in real time. Oh my goodness, I just got chills. I literally just got some freaking chills. I get so excited. When I get excited, I get like tongue twisted. I can't even talk. Like literally like a little kid. So I was gonna say something. What I was gonna say. Um I was gonna say there was something I was gonna say, and then I just got like this burst of energy of excitement. Let me scroll up. Maybe it was something that someone comment and that provoked me to say okay, maybe it'll come to me. Oh well. Oh well. I love that you guys just go with the flow. This is like literally like how my brain is. Like I get excited, ideas are like flowing, and all you need is like the right people. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. I was gonna talk about structure. Um, Structuring. So like, like when you start a business, like you need like some structure and like how things can become successful and hold on. Let me see if she responded. Okay. Like you need some structure in your business for it to become successful and for you to feel grounded in it. So like how like every day if you've been listening to the podcast, like it's part of your structure of the day. Like you have control of where your energy is flowing. So like in the morning times, you take time to spend with you focus on your self-care, your mental health. Like that is how you should apply it in your business too as well. And if you find that it's hard for you to create structure in your personal life, it's going to be hard to create structure in your business life as well too. So try to limit things that don't give you structure in life. I don't know why I'm just like it's like coming to me to actually say this, but I find that like if you feel like you're all over the place and it's hard for you to tap into your wealthy goddess energy, it's because you haven't found the structure within yourself first. And you must like fine tune that so you can grow and develop these ideals that are going to create wealth for you. And that's how habits of a goddess happen. I created structure many, many years ago before I even realized I was doing it the whole time. And one thing that I can remember that I was very good at was in the morning, I was very good at taking care of Jasmine. I was very good at taking care of myself and very good at, okay, when I work in the morning, I'm going to work out, I'm going to meditate, I'm going to focus on my business, and later on in life, those tools that I have developed, it gave me the foundation to what I'm doing today. Like it gave me the structure to what I'm doing today. And when you have structure in your life, you're able to withhold like your ideals and desires and like you may get off track in a season, like you may be in a season of loneliness, you may be in a season of like, you know, whatever it is season that you're in, but if you have like your core values, your structure, like you can easily tap back into that. Like you won't be too far off from what makes you you. You know what I mean? Like what gives you that inspiration? Like you won't be too far away. You won't stray too far away from you. Does that make sense to anyone? I don't know why that just kind of like came to my heart to say, but I feel like anything I've ever done in life, even like what I'm doing now, like at one point when I was creating and designing fitness clothes, activewear, I remember I wanted to create affirmations and crystals inside of the leggings. I was working with this manufacturer in LA and I was designing something like that. But I realized it was just too much to do too soon because I went from buying merchandise wholesale to manufacturing. And that's a huge transition. It costs a lot of money to manufacture because you have to buy for prototypes and all that stuff. But I realized I never really gave up on my desires and dreams. I just used a different vehicle to get to where I'm at today. So if you ever feel like you're not doing what you truly want to do, or you feel like you lost a little bit of pizzazz, you know what I mean? You really have it. You just got to get back to you and create structure for yourself. And the podcast is a great way, okay? Focusing on your goals is a great way, and doing something every day that moves the needle 1%. And don't like overwhelm yourself with too many, cancel out the noise. Don't overwhelm yourself with too many things on your plate. Like focus on one or two things that you can accomplish each day for you that's going to put you in the best position to attract whatever it is that you desire. So, hi, I'm glad you caught another live. Definitely makes sense. Everything always comes full circle, even when you're in a different season. It really does. I just got like chills. It really does. Everything comes in a full circle. Like I talked about, oh my God, I talked about how I was coaching and mentoring little girls in beauty pageants. Okay. I was doing this when I was like, I was still kind of competing in pageants, but I was phasing out of the pageant as a competitor. So I started coaching and judging pageants. But I was doing this around 2013, 2014. So I was like probably 2021. Um, and when I stopped doing that, I felt really bad. I was like, oh, I really want to do this. I really want to help, those girls. But I realized like I needed money and, that wasn't really paying the bills. And so I had to figure some different things out in life. But I never fully stepped away from my purpose. And that was really giving back to women. It didn't matter what age you were, giving back to women, teaching women from my heart, skills and things that I've learned in life, whether it's pageants, whether it's public speaking, whether it's how to create a podcast, whether it's how to do your makeup and hair, whether it's how to work on your confidence, your self-esteem. It's like I never truly stepped away from my gift. I just fine-tuned it over the years in a different season. Like now it's like when I look back at Jasmine 10 years ago, I'm like so much better now. Like, wow. I'm so grateful for every season of my life because it's made me become so much better, a better version of myself. So let me see what you guys are saying. Oh, I'm so glad you guys are recognizing each other in the live chat. Hi. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So I love your podcast. Thank you. Divinity Spirit. Makes sense. Yes. Wow. I needed that. Chills. I'm getting tongue tied. Chills are a sign your spirit guides are giving you the downloads. I love it. Resonate with you so much. Yes. That's what it is. If I get this question all the time. And most of this question, I think, is to people who don't listen, and I'm talking about in person, who never listen to the podcast, and they found out I have a podcast, and they're like, "Oh, well, how do you come up with topics and stuff?" And I'm like, I don't really have an answer for you. I just get these downloads. I get these. It just comes natural to me. Like I don't have a script. Like I'm not reading off of a script and talking to you guys. If I was, there's no teleprompter. If I was, it would not feel natural. Not to say that's not natural, because obviously when you're watching TV and there's teleprompts, there's people talking, right? But like what I do in my business, like it's from my heart. And that's the thing. You can get paid for being you. You can get paid for just showing up, being yourself. You can create wealth for just being who you are. You don't have to go without yourself, go outside of yourself. Like you can create abundance in your life for just being yourself. And if I can just like give one piece of advice, is that focus on becoming the best version of yourself so you can attract wealth, so you can attract happiness, so you can attract inner peace, so you can attract a romantic partner, or so you can attract divine friendships, or a divine connection, a divine mentor. Like if you become the best version of yourself, you're going to attract different people at different seasons of your life. And not to say the people who you attracted in the past were bad people or anything. It's just that you were in a different season, in a different level, and they matched your vibration. They matched your energy. Like you guys were an energetic match at that time in your life. When I think about, oh my God, the people who I were friends with like 10 years ago, yeah, we were friends because we matched each other energy. But then I like ascended, like I kept going. And I don't know where they're at today, but it doesn't matter. I just kept focusing on my goal, my path. I kept focusing on my creating wealth for myself. And that's why I'm able to attract opportunities every single day. I'm able to attract the best opportunities for me because I have a new way of thinking and seeing the world in a different way. And I can see through the BS. I can see through the BS. I know what's going to work for me. I know what looks good for me today. Maybe 10 years ago, I didn't know that, but today I do. And maybe there's some things I don't know, but that comes with experience. And that's something you cannot buy. So anytime someone is like, trying to teach something that they don't really know because they haven't simply experienced it for themselves. Maybe they're watching or reading someone else who experienced and they're trying to duplicate that person or their success. Well, it's not going to work out for them because they haven't, experienced it for them. So, uh, let's see what you guys are saying. We don't know how because the how is spirit's job. You're right. Your heartfelt work is what opens you up to lead us through channeling these downloads, and I'm so grateful for you. Thank you. So I'm grateful for you too. When you open up your heart, the heart chakra is so important. And when you open up your heart, you're opening up your heart center, okay? Yes, other people are going to be attracted to your light, okay? But it's up for you to determine who belongs in your proximity, like close to you. Be very protective of that. Anytime someone gives you like this weird energy vibe, mental check, note, okay, they need to you need to distance yourself from them, So like you're fine tuning your vibration, you're fine tuning and aligning yourself and making sure that you are only putting yourself in environments that's going to nurture you and grow you. So that's going to require you to sometimes be in an uncomfortable, environment because you're not familiar, but you're learning and you're adapting and you're growing. And you're using these as personal development tools to like structure your business, your ideals, whatever it is that you desire to build up on and create for yourself. So, yeah. So see what you guys are saying over here. So yeah, so when you want to create wealth for yourself, look at what you've been creating all along. And that's where your wealth lies in. I truly believe that. All along, I've been helping people on my journey. I think I can't remember if it was JC over here on Instagram. She said she's always been the person to help her friends and stuff. And I'm pretty sure if you're on this live, you probably can relate to this. You help people on your journey. And somehow the universe is like, okay, this is what Jasmine loves doing. She loves helping people. She loves sharing her experience. She loves doing things that brings her ease and comfort. I'm gonna like show her how she can turn this into a successful business or a successful brand or successful community, whatever it is, right? I had no freaking clue a podcast could later on, me starting a podcast, I did not know that that would later on lead me to where I'm at today. I didn't know that. Even if you would have told me that 10 years ago, I'd have been like, I don't know if I could do this. Feels like I'm losing everyone. Is it me? Feels like where's the breakthrough? I think, over time you'll see that that the universe will replace people better. If that makes sense. Like, I don't feel like you ever lose anyone. They're just being replaced better. Like, you're making room for better to come into your life. It's never a loss. It's never a loss. Like in life, I know a lot of times people are afraid to start stuff because they're afraid of failure or they're afraid to restart over. And you're just starting over with experience. And so when people come into your life, I look at it as like they're either in your life for a season or a lifetime. And a lot of times they're in your life for a season. Very few people make it to a lifetime in your life. So yeah, you're gonna have people maybe in revolving doors with you. That's part of life, you know? But if you look at it in a positive way, look at that you got to experience these people at the time in your life where you were at. And these people they're contributing to developing you. They are like, thank you. You know, like I don't know if it's like a movie or whatever. It's like think of yourself as the main character, okay? We are all main characters, okay? Sometimes you become like the B role whatever character if you're in someone else's reality, but look at yourself as the main character, okay, of your own show. And these friends that are coming into your life and maybe they're staying seasonal, they only got paid to be in that episode with you. They only got paid, Dominique. They only got paid to be in that episode with you. So their contract didn't get renewal. Maybe they got a different script for a different TV show. And wish them well. Like they're doing great in a different TV show. So you're gonna get new characters in this season of your life. Look at it like that. Let's see. A heart chakra technique. Close your eyes, place your hand over your heart, breathe in and out, and envision the color of green. That's beautiful, Dom Reeves. Incorporate your meditation. Yes. Definitely try that technique. That's beautiful. Definitely try that technique. And I love when you girls like, offer, solutions and techniques and things that you do too. I love that. How do you do it when the person that you're helping is very close to you? I think that's what hurts the most. How do you do what? Like, can you be a little bit more details? Like, how do you do what? Because I don't want to assume. Like, how do you still be friends with them and maybe they're hurting you? Can you elaborate more, JC? You inspired me to get up and do some self care. I planned to go live soon and I was putting it off, but then I hopped on here and just started getting ready with you. Oh, thank you. I love that. Yes, we can get ready together. I love that. I am making room for better. Thank you for that. Yes, always make room for better. You're always upgrading your life. You're always upgrading your life. I'm always upgrading my life. Like being on this live is upgrading my life, it's upgrading my energy because I'm interacting with women from different parts of the world. You guys are also teaching me stuff too. Because when you're asking me questions and you're asking me for my advice and my opinion, you're also teaching me how to respond and engage for whenever I do have other events coming up that I'm like on stage. It's like, okay, you guys are teaching me how, you guys are teaching me too. It's public speaking, So I look at it as like we can all teach and learn from each other. It doesn't matter what place, doesn't matter where you're at in life, you know. You love them and you wish them well, but now we're no longer in the same vibrations anymore. Oh, okay. So when you love and adore the people that are close to you and you really want them to come with you on the journey, if you really love and adore them, you will allow them to make their own decisions in life. You allow them to go down their own journey, their own path. Because again, we're all experiencing different things and different seasons of our lives. So this may be a different season for you, JC. Like you may need to be in solitude. I don't know. I'm just, speaking general. Like you may need to be in solitude. Maybe the friends that you really desire, they may be over here and you're right here. Okay? And you can't help but to like want to hold on to the people who you know because you're familiar with them. You're very familiar with how they operate, how they think. Maybe you guys had some really good laughs, but just keep in mind, you got to think like When you truly desire something, sometimes those people may desire other things, and you guys are no longer a match in your desires because they have their own free will. Just like you have your own free will. And I know you want everyone to like rise up together and level up together and just be like kumbaya together, but in reality, it doesn't work like that. Like they have to have their own free will in life, just like you. So when you truly love and want the best for others, you will accept where they're at. You will meet them where they're at in life without lowering your vibration. So like if you tell me that like if you tell me that you don't like I don't know, let's say you tell me that you don't like wearing makeup and I love makeup. I'm just using this example. And you say, well, I don't really like makeup. Makeup is not for me. I'm not going to try to convince you to wear makeup. I'm just not. Like, if you're my friend and you tell me you don't like wearing makeup, I will accept and love you for who you are. I'm not going to try to convince you to wear makeup. Now, if one day you're like, you know what? I think the reason why I don't like makeup is because I don't know how to do it, and you do makeup really well. Can you show me? Now you gave me permission. You gave me permission to show you how to do makeup. You gave me permission to like, you know, entice you to wear makeup or whatever. Like you gave me the permission. But a lot of times the reason why we feel kind of hurt when our friends or the people closest to us that we love isn't like coming with us is because they're not giving you permission to come into their lives and change their lives. Like they're actually just doing their own thing. So you have to be granted permission with their permission to, help them, to, soul search with them or whatever. Or if you don't, you got to like allow them to make their own decisions. So I hope that example helped because I oftentimes used to do that and I didn't realize I was doing that. Like I wanted everyone to like be on the same wavelength. And I realized it was causing some resistance in friendships. And that's probably why a lot of friendships, didn't last long, but you live and you learn and you grow and evolve and you do better. The Amanda Show, I like that. I hear you. Thank you. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Thank you. That was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad that helped. Some people are stubborn in their own ways, and they truly are. And you have to just let them be stubborn in their own energy. Because when you try to pull someone out of what they're doing, um, you're gonna be aggravated. You don't want to ruin something. You don't want to do that. Just let people be. Love them where they're at in life. Don't make them feel bad for their life choices. Love them for where they're at. And sometimes when you love people where they're at in life, it's you separating yourself from them. And you just let them be. It doesn't have to end bad or anything. You're letting them be. So even me with like certain family, like I have to just love them where they're at in life and let them be and not try to convince them. I don't like when people try to convince me. Like when I know something that I want for myself and you try to convince me otherwise, I don't like that. So I know you're not going to like that if I do that to you. But some people some people like to fix people and you cannot fix people. You just can't. You will be like battling back and forth. We're not fixers. We are leading light examples. Never become a fixer in people's lives. Like let them fix their own areas in their life, okay? Like unless they're paying you, okay? They better be paying you. Unless they're paying you to, fix whatever. Let them be. Why take on the unnecessary like work? Just let them. You are so needed. When I'm down, I go straight to your podcast or page. Thank you. And I hope when you're up and feeling great too, you listen to as well. Yep, noted. Yes, yes. Leading light examples. Yes. Be a leading light example. Be a leading light example. Like Don't try to convince. I never, now, let me state that. Let me make that very clear. Um, Now, I never try to convince anyone to listen. When I say anyone, I'm talking about like close friends and family, or if I like meet a stranger or whatever. I never try to convince anyone to like listen to the podcast or get into meditation. Like, I never try to convince anyone or convert anyone to do anything that I believe for me, that works for me. When people start to see and they are curious and they're like, hey, what is that podcast you were talking about? Or who's that speaker you were talking about that you listened to? Or what is that app you were using when you learned how to manifest money? Like, what app was that? Like, when people are like truly intrigued, you don't have to go and beg them to like listen to you. They will seek you out. They will. I'm looking for my blush. Is this a blush I can use? Maybe I'll use this blush. Oh, this is not a blush. I'm looking for a blush. I don't feel like, is this a blush? Okay, I will use this blush. So, what's your podcast info? So it's Habits of a Goddess. It's in the it's in the show notes, I want to say. But it's Habits of a Goddess. Let me see. Hopefully this doesn't, I'll just put it here. So just go search it on Spotify. I'm assuming you found me on here on YouTube. Spotify, Apple, Amazon, anywhere that you can stream a podcast, I'm on there. And that's why I was like, I need to be more active on YouTube because not everyone, may know that Habits of a Goddess is on Spotify. So I do realize that. I never assume everyone knows. Okay, perfect. I'm so happy. I'm so happy you discovered me on YouTube. Thank you. Let's see. Oh my God, haha. I should be charging for offering solutions and that's a business, girl, and being the uncertified therapist best friend. I need to watch this live from the beginning, get paid to exist. Girl, let me tell you, you should be getting paid to exist, okay? Like my audience is women. So, when I say us women, we have the power. Like we got it made so easy today, okay? If you're a woman and you're on social media, you should be getting paid, okay? So you should be getting paid. And if you need to, like, if you don't know how to get paid, I do offer one-on-one. If you have like an ideal and you want to learn how to implement that, I do offer one-on-one coaching. So I can help you, walk you through that, hold your hand. But if you're on the internet and you're giving away free advice on how to do your makeup, or you're giving away free advice on how to do your hair, or free advice on relationships, or free advice on whatever it is, you need to learn how to get paid just to exist on the internet, okay? So you can attract brand deals, you can attract sponsorships, you can attract dream clients, you can attract, a community. Also, I need to state this. I don't want to leave this out. Don't focus on the numbers of followers, okay? I know today it may look intimidating if you see someone who has 100,000 followers or 1 million followers, okay? Do not automatically assume that that person is making a lot of money or is successful. And I'm not saying they're not, but I think this is what destroys like people's image of what true success is. Don't automatically assume that because someone has a lot of followers, it equates to a lot of money, okay? Don't assume that. And I'm gonna give you some multiple examples, and I'm gonna tell you why. Let me make sure I'm caught up on the comments before I go into this, because I'm gonna share. Oh my God, I caught the live. Hey goddess. Hi. I'm so happy you caught the live. Affirmed over my life. Yes. Okay, so back to when I created J Ross Collection, let me tell you something else that made that business like successful. I was able to like create, additional stream of income for myself. This was when brand ambassadors were new on social media. You know, like how today you're called influencers, but like this was when the term brand ambassadors was like new. So at the time, I would DM, I would like look up fitness girls online. I would just like hashtag like, like gym girls, fitness girls, or whatever. I would look up girls online using certain hashtags on my business page, and I would DM them. I would DM to the max that you can DM someone on Instagram. And I think it was probably like 100. So I would DM girls like all the time on my J Roz collection Instagram page at the time. And I would say, hey, would you like to be a brand ambassador? In exchange, you get a code. Your code is being used, and that's how I was able to track their sale. And in exchange, you get like a commission, and also you get like free workout gear. So I did that for several years. Okay. And over the time, I grew like my brand ambassadors. I had like, I don't know, maybe like almost 200 brand ambassadors over the course of like 4 or 5 years. And some were active and some weren't. Okay. So these two examples I'm going to give you is example of like, do not feel like you need a lot of followers or a lot of money to start a successful business. Okay. So at the time, I remember this one girl I really wanted to work with. She had 100,000 followers at the time, banging body. Like she looked like a walking brand ambassador for J Roz collection. Fitness, like her video, her content, everything looked perfect. It was aesthetically appeasing, Amore, okay? Her content just looked amazing. Like she had all her videos on social media was like her in the gym. And oh, my light just went out. It was like her in the gym. And so let me charge this. So she looked aesthetically appeasing. She looked like a model brand ambassador, what someone would go for. And that what pulled me into working with her. Okay. So she agrees to be a brand ambassador. She gets her promo code. She's very attractive. Okay. Very attractive. And I start working with her. We sign a contract, and I'm thinking, oh, because she has 100,000 followers, I'm gonna start getting, a lot of sales and referrals from her because she has a lot of followers. So along the way of me signing her, I signed another girl who has at the time 500 followers. Okay, as a brand ambassador, I signed her, found her through social media, through Instagram, DM'd her, and this young lady, okay, total opposite bodies, okay? She was promoting like a journey of her fitness journey, and she wanted to just live like a healthier lifestyle. It wasn't so much about she wanted to lose weight. That was a goal of hers, but it wasn't about, having a certain body, but like she just wanted like a healthy lifestyle. So that was her approach to social media. That was her page. At the time, she had 500 followers, and she, I think, lived in maybe Pennsylvania, like somewhere in the middle of nowhere. And so we signed to get. She signed to be a brand ambassador for my fitness clothing line. Around the same time, I signed this other young lady who just looked like those sports models, those fitness models. Like she just looked like one of those fitness girls. And so I'm thinking like, okay, I'm diversifying my brand ambassadors. I have, different backgrounds, different body types, because J-Roz is diversity and all that. And so 3 months in, I noticed the girl who had 100,000 followers, she wasn't really getting like any attraction, like with her code. And I was like, that's so weird. Like I don't see any like any what is I'm looking for? I don't see any sales from her, but not only that, I don't see engagement. Like I don't see when she posts working out and wearing my stuff, I don't really see a lot of engagement. This other girl who had 500 followers, she had engagement underneath her videos. She had sell referrals. Even some of the sales were like international sales. It was like customers from like Australia. So like her audience, even though she only had like 500 followers at the time, she was bringing in sales. It wasn't like a lot, but it was like enough to realize she brought in sales and this girl who had 100,000 didn't bring in sales. So I'm like, this not making sense. So now I'm like researching, I'm investigating, I'm actually going down the girl who has 100,000 followers, I'm going down her feed and I'm looking in her comments and I'm noticing it's all men. And I'm like, okay, well, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. She's very attractive and these men, they work out too, whatever. Then I'm looking at the other girl and I'm comparing and I'm looking at her comments. It's a community. It's so evident that it's a community. So you guys are following me? Okay. So the girl who had 500 followers, even though it may not look appealing, even though she may didn't have aesthetically fitness body, what today deem as, she had a community. Okay. And she had people shopping with her code and buying fitness clothes with her code. The girl who just looked like a perfect model, who you would think would bring in sales, she didn't have a community. She had followers, and her followers were mostly men. And I'm not putting down or shaming or anything like that, but she didn't have a community. So I don't know if she paid for those followers. I don't know how she gained those followers. I don't know. Maybe she went viral, or I don't know. I don't know. But this taught me something in business, and also like where I'm at in my own brand, is that it doesn't matter how many followers you have. What really truly matters is that you have a community. And I think sometimes people get jaded. They feel like, oh, I don't have a lot of followers. Like, how can I start a podcast? Or, yeah, I don't have a lot of followers. How can I be a content creator? You don't need a lot of followers. You need a community. If you think community, you will grow your brand and you will become wealthy in your business, because now I value 500 real customers over 100,000. No one's in the room. You know what I mean? Like, you're speaking to yourself in a room of 100,000 people, but there's no one really engaging. You're just kind of on the stage. There's 100,000 people in the audience and you're talking, but no one's talking back to you. Versus 500 people. If you had 500 people in a room with you, you would probably have like a panic attack. Like, you would be like sweating because there's like 500 people you have to like actually engage with, and like talk and like go one by one. Like, they actually are talking back to you. But if you're like in a room and you have like 100,000 people and no one's really engaging, it's just, it doesn't make sense. So I realized, oh, don't just look at people who have a lot of followers. Look at community. So I learned this when I created the J Roz collection. This was 2016. I learned this in 2016, almost a decade ago. Yeah, in 2 years, it'll be almost a decade ago. I learned this. So when I started J Roz collection, when I started Habits of a Goddess Instagram page, I wanted it to be separate from my personal page because I had that page since Instagram started. And I wanted to focus on a niche, a community. I didn't care if I had 500 followers or 100,000 followers or 1,000,000 followers. It doesn't matter. I rather speak to women who value the message that I'm sharing, that's in alignment with my purpose, and that we can grow and evolve together. I rather speak to those women than have 100,000 people in the room and I'm not speaking to anyone. It's not resonating. It's just bouncing off the walls. So if anyone is looking to start and you're afraid that you don't have the numbers of followers, that is ludicrous. And brands today, they do not care if you have 100,000 followers, if you have 5,000 followers, if you have 500 followers. What they care about is that you have quality over quantity, you have a community, and that your content or your message is universal. And I'll teach this in a separate course, in a separate class, and this may be a live podcast, because I feel like this is so needed for people to understand. Brands want to work with you when your content is not a liability and when it's universal. You don't need a lot of followers. You just need the right people that's in your community, and you need to be able to show authenticity. Like, you're showing up in your creation. You're being authentic to your message. Like, people love that. So don't feel like you need to have a picture perfect background or picture perfect aesthetic, to film content. Like, be authentic to your voice, be authentic to whatever it is that you are passionate about. And your community, your tribe will find you. There will be a true divine connection that no one can duplicate. Trust me on this. When I first started this Instagram page, it was a faceless Instagram page. If you scroll back to 2020, you're not going to see Jasmine face on here for like I take that back, for 11 months. When I created the candles, that's when I went live. And you guys were like, oh my God, I see like the face of the voice. But even still then, people that follow the podcast, they, please let me know. Please let me know if you can still hear me on this live, because the battery just kind of a notification just came up. So let me know if you can still hear me on this live on Instagram. Let me make sure, because that's what happened last time. I want to make sure you guys can still hear me on the Instagram live. Let me see what you guys are still on YouTube. Oh, no sound? Oh my God. Oops. Can't hear. Okay. All right. All right. So let me restart. Give me 1 second, guys, on YouTube. Oh, I hate that I missed some questions though. That shows me that people value connections. That's real success. Yes, they really do. Trust me, they really do. People really do value connections. And don't think less. Don't think less of yourself. Like, if you feel like, like today you kind of see like the people that's really been putting in the work over the years. And yes, they've grown. Some people have grown their platform to millions. But everyone starts from zero. Everyone starts from zero. So you have to just start, and over time, your community will grow. Oh no, I hope this live saves. It did that last time. Okay. All right, so I was able to save it. Let me see if I can go live again though. Oh, go live. Now I need to figure out. All right, I gotta get the tripod out. Thank you guys for being patient with my whole setup. My whole setup. All right. I apologize, guys. The live, that's why I'm like, come over to YouTube, because you won't have this issue. But I was able to save it though. But the live got disconnected with the no sound because the battery is on 20%. And that's why. So I apologize. And if you did ask me a question or you said something, can you like repeat it? Because I wasn't able to like read everyone's question before the sound went out and I had to end the live. So but But anyway, so back to what I was saying. Well, everyone's tuning in. Don't focus on numbers, focus on community. Okay? If you're one to create wealth for yourself online in the digital space, focus on community. People value community today. Even these big brands, it's habits of a goddess. I'll put it here. And it should be in the bio too as well, like for you guys to and check the the Instagram stories, so it's easy for you to click, just in case the live go stops or whatever. That's the name of the YouTube channel. Um, so you're welcome. Thank you. So yeah, so just come over to the YouTube, or if you want to stay on Instagram, that's fine too. But if it gets disconnected, we'll still be streaming on YouTube. So yes, focus on community. Focus on creating genuine connections, like engaging with your audience, engaging, with the people who support you. Nothing worse. I hate when I follow someone. It doesn't matter if you have a lot of followers or small, it doesn't matter. I hate whenever in the comments, they ignore the people that support them. I hate seeing that because I know you see it. And I'm not talking about the people who obviously has like 10, 20,000 comments, but I'm talking about it's obvious that you have people that are genuinely coming and showing up and they're supporting you. Of course, you're not going to be able to catch everyone's comment or whatever, but for the most part, you want to be able to make sure that you're forging relationships, you're building connections. That's what's going to help you be successful. That's what's going to give you that momentum, that drive, because you're actually connecting with the people that support you. So that matters. That's valuable. You got to think about a lot of these big brands when TikTok was like, new, they probably didn't know how to use TikTok, or they didn't have a department to create TikTok videos and all that for them. You got to realize they need to be on every platform. They need to be where their audience or where their potential customers may be. So they had to learn and adapt and adjust and grow. So you can do the same too. Like if you want to grow and start your own podcast, you want to be a content creator, learn to diversify yourself on different platforms. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. I think it's called X now. You don't Pinterest. And how I do it is that, like when you're on, for example, on Instagram, you're able to share the posts on multiple platforms across the board. So you don't have to redo the whole video or redo the whole pitch or whatever. You just share it all across your platforms. That's another great way to stay relevant in certain spaces on different platforms as you're growing your own brand and business. So let me see what you guys are saying. Love your podcast. Thank you. Can you share your style journey? Yes, I can. Give me 1 second. Thanks, girl. Yes, I found her through Jazz Turner. Thank you. I love Jazz Turner. I love my social media algorithm. It's full of beautiful, like-minded, lovely girls. I love that pretty paid privilege. I love your handle too. You're gorgeous, babe. My first time tuning in. Thank you. I'm so happy. That shows me that people value connections and real success. They do. They do. And when I first, I know what I was saying before the live got cut off. But Layla, I will get to that question. When I first started this Instagram page, I did not show my face. It was a faceless account. So I think you and a couple other ladies were interested in starting content creation and being a faceless account. You can grow. You can be successful doing that. And then if you ever want to peep out and show up and, bring yourself to the fourth center of your own brand, you can do that too. So you can pick and choose how you want to show up in this abundant world. There's people that support all different types of communities, different accounts. So you just have to figure out what works best for your personality, for your style. You have to find your own flow, your own rhythm in life. And I think for the most part, certain people, they try to compete or compare where they simply don't compete and compare. So once you find your own rhythm in life and your own flow in life, you won't feel the need to compete with others around you, because if you think abundantly and you have a wealthy mindset, there's more than enough. There's more than enough to go around. If you want to tap into any industry that, that you feel called to, there's more than enough to go around. You know how many people have a YouTube channel? You know how many people have a podcast? Millions. And there's still enough to go around. There's still enough to go around. So, love everything you're saying. I'm so glad that we connected on social. I love your podcast, and I just got done watching one of your podcasts. I want to start a podcast, but I'm a little scared. So, thank you. So, Queen Macy _03. What are you afraid of? What are you scared of? If you don't mind sharing. Mine 3P was faceless at first too. What is 3P? Oh, your username. I think that's what you mean. Yeah. Your episode on your podcast where you spoke about going from faceless to being yourself was so motivating. Thank you. And I felt like, you know what? If I can't share things that I've overcome, then like I'm not truly operating in my gift, because that's what Habits of a Goddess is. It's creating healthy habits. It's focusing on different areas of your life that you want to grow and develop. And then once you master that, once you've worked through that, you can teach and share from an empowerment, not from like, like you have to, but it's more like you're empowering others with your story, your message. Your podcast has helped me step out of my comfort so much. I've been growing so much, and I do content creation, but mainly I just don't know what to post on my podcast, I guess. Okay. So Queen _Macy, she says that she's a little scared to start a podcast. She's been doing content creation for a while, and she wants to start a podcast, but she doesn't know what to post. So maybe take some time over the week and journal. Like if you were listening to your podcast, what would you be listening? Like what would be the message? A lot of times our daily habits is the clues to what we should be doing in life. Like that's what's going to make us successful. Like the daily clues, the daily things that we do in our life is what's going to make us successful. Let me grab I'm going to do like a red. I originally didn't want to go faceless because I didn't want to focus in a certain type of women. Putting yourself out there can be scary, but when you see your community is organic, they definitely love you. They do. So what is your pretty paid privilege? What is your community? What is your content center around? Like, what is it? Can you elaborate? Honestly, that's so important. Like, that's why I emphasize on don't focus on followers. Don't focus on a bunch of likes. Don't focus on any of that. It's pointless. Focus on community. Focus on helping and educating women with something that you're good at, like your skill, and the right people will find you. Like the right people will gravitate towards your message because they will feel seen. They will feel like they belong here. It's like when you walk into a house and you look around. You're like, oh, I like this house. I could see myself cooking in this kitchen. I could see myself, having friends over and we're like, doing fun activities in this area of the house. I could see myself having my, dream walk-in closet here. It's like you feel at home. Like you're making yourself feel at home when you're walking into this home. So when people walk into your digital space, which is your, like Habits of a Goddess is my digital home. And when you girls are coming into my home, you're like, oh, I feel seen. I feel like this is me. Like, oh, I love what she's talking about. Self-care, prioritizing your mental health and, following your passions. Like you guys feel welcome here because that's who you are. That's who you are. You feel welcome here. If you did not feel welcome here, you will not be tuning in and listening and watching this live or listening to the podcast. You will just simply find something else to listen to and tune in. Michelle, I love your podcast. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in. I love the hearts. Thank you. Thank you for the rose too, Dom Reeves. Thank you. Yes, I'm focusing on serving others over everything in my work. I love that. For my former podcast, I planned out 52 episodes, topics, nice, for the year, perfect. I didn't always stick to the topics, but it helped me when I needed guidance. Nice. Also, I want to say this. Sometimes Amanda says she didn't always stick to the topics, but it helped her with guidance. Sometimes in life, you don't always have to stick to the plan. You can pivot. So if it applies, if it resonates with you, let it apply. But if it doesn't, let it fly. But sometimes in life, you may plan out your whole year or your whole month or your 5-year plan or whatever. And in the middle of it or in the beginning of it, you may switch up and you may be like, you know what? I kind of want to do a little of this now. And that doesn't mean that you're not focused on your goal. It's that it still contributes to the bigger picture. It's just that you're finding a different vehicle to get there. Does that make sense? I'll give you guys an example. When I first started the podcast, it was just affirmations. Every Monday, you knew you were going to get an affirmation, and that was great. Maybe like I don't remember what year I did this or what season it was. Maybe can you help me if anyone's been like, beginner listener. I started creating additional episodes that was not just affirmations. And I was like, I feel called to share more on here. I don't know the full picture, I don't know the full message, but I just feel called to start talking more on here. And I didn't judge myself in the moment. I didn't say, well, Jasmine, you don't really know like the whole topic or the whole script. Because also, let me point this out, certain brands that I work with or certain brands that you may work with, if they want to advertise with you, sponsors and all that collabs, they may want to know what is your whole video or your whole episode is. They may want to know in and out. I don't operate like that. I operate out of divine intuition. I get downloads, like even just talking to you girls. Like I don't have a full manual script. Like yes, we're talking a little bit about everything, but the whole heart center of this conversation is wealthy goddess era. And it's not just materialized, it's spiritual too as well. It's mental too as well. So if someone was like, I need you to write word for word everything you're going to say, then I wouldn't have anything for them because I don't, and I may switch up. I may write word for word everything that I'm going to say, but then once I start recording, I may switch up completely. Doesn't mean the episode was incorrect. No, it just means that I was moved in a different way for that day. And I'm so grateful that I work with brands that loves my message and they let me create my way. Like they're not trying to mold and have me create script for script, word for word. It's like, no, we know your show. We love what you do. You keep being you, and that's it. I love that. I love that for myself. So if you're finding that it's hard for you to create and come up with ideas, that could be a reason. You may feel like you are very limited to only speaking in a certain tone or only creating certain content. Allow yourself to fully embrace all creations that comes to your mind. And then whatever resonates with you, let it apply. If it doesn't, you can always switch up. Yes, I focus on serving others over everything in my work. Nice. Oh, yes, of course. 3P is a feminine advocacy brand that is a lifestyle at first. It started as an inspiration, then it evolved into a boutique. I love that. And you can still promote that with your boutique too. You know what I'm saying? You can still do that. It's not just about selling something to a woman. It's about connecting and being a human being. It's not just about selling something. I can sit here and sell you guys this Chanel lipstick, but it's about, oh, I've actually been talking to Jazz. It's almost like we're FaceTiming each other. And I saw her do her whole makeup. And you know what? I actually want to go and buy me some lipstick from Chanel. Like that may make you want to buy some lipstick today. But I wasn't on here like, hey guys, by the way, this lipstick you should go buy. Like, no, it's about building a relationship and connecting and just being your true authentic self. And then along the way, you make some money. Along the way, you maybe you have a sponsor, you throw in a product, whatever it is. But like that's not your full picture. That's not who you are fully. So you're so sweet. Thank you. Thank you for helping us, girls. What would you say for this? I've been through so much and have so much knowledge and a testimony to help other girls and men, but I'm still healing and learning and growing. So I feel like if I heal and grow more, I could help. So Queen_Macy, I believe she was like, she want to start a podcast and she doesn't know what to say. She's a little scared of what to create for her podcast. And she just said that she has so much knowledge and she can help other girls and men with her testimony. And she feels like if she heals more, she's able to help. But I want to tell you this, you're never going to be fully healed. You're never going to be fully healed. No one is walking on this earth fully healed and fully perfect. There's always going to be something that we can improve within ourselves. Or you may be deactivated in a certain area of your life, and then later on in life, you get triggered. Something just triggers a memory. So start and show people that you're a real person. Like, don't feel like you need to be a complete book before you start writing the book. Because as you're starting writing the book, other chapters are being completed. As you're starting to write the book, chapter 1 is being completed. Now you're on to chapter 2 of your life. And let people always have something to look forward to. If you're already healed, then like, what else I'm going to learn from you? What else I'm going to learn from you if you're already healed and you have no more healing to do while you're here on earth? While there's breath in your body, there's nothing else to learn from you because you are, I'm not saying you, I'm just speaking general, but like if you feel like you want to wait until you're perfect, until you're fully healed, and then now you're going to like start a business or start teaching or helping other people, you're always going to be in the waiting room. You're always going to be in the waiting room. You're always going to be waiting and it'll never be your turn. But if you make it your turn today, you can help people. You can help people with what you've grown through. Like focus on the area in your life that you've mastered, like you've worked through this area. You don't have to be fully, completely like healed in all areas of your life, but you could talk about this area in your life. Okay. So focus on that. Focus on what you've progressed and moved through and, direct the energy towards there. I love this. Thank you, Danny. More before I speak up. Okay. Just start speaking. Don't feel like you need a full, just start speaking. If you speak from the heart, people are not going to judge and like, they're going to like love you and meet you where you're at. Okay. And if you come across people who feel the opposite way, kindly let them exit the stage. So that's exactly what I thought when I saw your channel Chanel Compact. I'm like, I want this in my life. I love everything about your morning routine life goals. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Thanks, girl. I needed that. You're welcome. Yes. Oh my God. Like if anytime you feel like, I got an example for you. Let me apply this first and then I'll tell you. The reason why I love this lipstick though, is that this is one coat and then like, it dries like maybe 15 seconds. It literally lasts all day long. I buy these over and over and over. This color is bright raspberry. It's so pretty. It's in between like a red and a pink. It's so gorgeous. And it just brightens up the day. It brightens up the day. Okay. So, all right, I have a story for you girls. Uh, have anyone ever been through a breakup and they feel like, oh, I need to heal before I start dating? Anyone? I need to heal before I go back out there and start dating. Just curious. You're so beautiful. I love that color so much. Thank you. Also, I want to say I'm an active listener about 3, 4 months now from Louisiana, and I can't wait to see what else you have in store. Thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you. Hi, everyone. Yes. Okay. Yes. So you can agree. Yes. Okay. Well, let me just tell you, guys don't think that way. They're not like, oh, my girlfriend just broke up with me, so I need to like go into the wilderness and meditate and wait and heal. I need to. No, they don't. You know what they do? Most likely, most men, they never stop doing the things that excite them. They never stop having their guy friends or whatever. They're still working. They're still, doing things that makes them happy. Probably in a week or two, they probably come across another young lady and they start courting her. They start dating her. But like for some reason, us women, because I've been guilty of this before, we feel like we need to do like this whole like makeover and just wait until we're like so perfect to then dip our toes back out there. But in reality, is that if you wait in life for your life to be perfect before you go out and experience life, then you will be forever waiting. And sometimes you need to experience other people to see what you want and what you don't want. And when you experience other people, it also helps you heal. You're having a healing moment. They don't have to be the next person for you, but like just engaging in conversation, like getting to know other people's perspective in life. Like you don't have to wait to be this whole person to just go out into the world and be like, hey guys, I've been in my room meditating. I've been like, journaling, and now I'm whole. No, get out in the world. Start sharing your gifts with the world. Don't wait to become this perfect figure, because when you try to become this perfect figure, you really do become unrelatable. And like, how can you reach and like help other people when you're so perfect? I know sometimes people look and they probably look at me and they probably think I'm perfect, but I'm not. I'm here to say like I'm not perfect. There's a lot of things that I can still improve in my life. And until there's breath in my body, I'm gonna always be improving. But I'm not gonna wait until I'm like perfect to go create an episode. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna wait till I'm perfect to go live stream. No, I'm not gonna wait till I'm perfect to start teaching and helping and coaching other women. Like, no, I'm just gonna like start now. So, okay, I'm gonna say then my boyfriend came into my life after I said it. I needed to be alone. See, it moves quick. It happens quick when you like make a decision within yourself. Like, okay, I realize like I experienced something. You're human. You're having it. You're having these experiences. You're having these feelings. Like that's natural. Experience it. Don't suppress your feelings. Don't suppress your emotions. Like experience it and get out into the world. You know. So I hope that makes sense. I just thought to use that example because I know like typically like it's women who tend to like put off from pleasure in life. They tend to put off from happiness in life because they think they need to be this perfect person before they can have pleasure in their life, before they can have community, before they can have the romantic partner, before they can have money, abundance. Like no, you don't have to be this perfect person. No, You can be loved and adored in your own skin for who you are. You don't have to have a perfect past. You can have a whole chaotic past. You can have a whole lot of trauma going on, and someone's still gonna love you and your trauma. They're gonna love you for who you are. And you're gonna come across the right group of women who are going to love you for who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not gonna like you don't have to be this perfect person to start in life and to have abundance and to have love and joy and happiness. Like you being you is good enough. You being you is good enough. And if anyone tells you otherwise, they have limited beliefs. Leave them where they're at and you keep trucking forward. Like you keep moving forward in life. Yes, you're so wise. Also, thank you. I've been letting go of so many limited beliefs. Shed the limited beliefs. Like, let it go. This is on point. Yes, I'm so happy it resonating with you. Yeah, a lot of times, like, excuse me, a lot of times, look at my straw, by the way. That's why I love this lipstick because you don't really see like when you're wearing like bright lipstick or just lipstick in general, it transfers. Like, no, that's nice. That's why I love it. But yeah, like a lot of times like you just feel like you have to like be this perfect person. It's like no, 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 no. You'll be stuck trying to make a glass house over here and everyone's like living their best life. They're enjoying, life. So don't try to be perfect. Oh, let me see. I forgot I had my phone still on do not disturb. Oh my god. Okay, so I know we're a little bit all over the place, but I have to update you girls. So two of the girls that work for me with Habits of a Goddess behind the scene, one lives in Dallas, Texas, and one lives in Austin. So I don't know how far apart they are from each other. How far is, I think, Amor, you live in Dallas or you live outside of Dallas? How far is Dallas and Austin, Texas from each other? They said they would be down to have a live podcast, and I think they can help me make that happen because I have no idea. Like, I've never been to Texas before, so I have no idea, like, location and all that. So I would need some help. But it helps when you have women that's like, oh, it's 4 hours? Oh my God. Okay, so you think 2 hours? Okay, so you're in Austin. Oh, Amanda, you're in Austin? Nice. 3 hours? Ooh. Well, I don't know which one I would do. I would probably do Dallas just because one of them I've been working with way longer and we have a longer history together. So I would probably do Dallas and maybe you guys can commute from Austin if you're in Austin. But they said they would love to do that and it would be perfect. So I would just have to coordinate with them to execute it and obviously with you guys to see like how we can set that up. And if you have like recommendations like location, should we do this in a hotel and get a conference room or should we do this should we get an Airbnb? I don't know. Like let's work this out. I've never done this before, but I would love to do it. Like actually love to have a live podcast. That would be so cool, right? So, no, I'm not in Austin, but that's where I want to. Oh, you want to live. Okay. So, my girls, they would love to have it. They like agreed. So, I'm excited. That's amazing. If I can get everyone to fly in that work for me, that would be awesome. Like my agency, she's like in New York. So, I don't know, have to coordinate schedules. Obviously, this will be a weekend event because everyone have different schedules, and I feel like the weekend is the obvious because if you're working, you can take off. So and make it like a weekend trip or something. Sounds like fun. That's super awesome. Yeah, let's coordinate it. Let's do it. Like, let's actually do it. Let's not just talk about it. Like, let's actually do it. But I need you guys' help though. Love the lipstick too. What brand and shade is it again? Oh, so this is Chanel, the duo lipsticks, and this is the color Bright Raspberry 104. Beautiful. I love this. It literally lasts all day, and I was just sipping on some water with my straw, and it doesn't transfer. So it's really nice. I love it. It's the vibe. And if you want to have like a more of a gloss instead of a matte, there's this other side because you get like two in one. This actually seals the lipstick, but I sometimes it depends if I want a little gloss or whatever. You just apply this on, and literally it lasts all day. I love it. It's beautiful. Okay, so you vote for October. Okay, so Amanda's saying October. Like what month? You know what? You're right, because it's hot in Texas. It's hot. We gotta go during the cooler months. Maybe Amore can bring us some pastries. We gotta go when it's cooler. We can't be in the heat in Texas. It's so hot in Florida. I'm in Florida, by the way, if anyone's curious. It's a little hot here and humid. And we gotta avoid the heat. So we need to go like in the cooler month. So okay, October. Yeah, that sounds good. October sounds good. We'll see. We'll see. We got to coordinate though. I have to check with them too, see what they're up to. Found your podcast this month and it's fire. Thank you. Love the no transfer grown woman vibes. Yeah, girl. You know, so when you're kissing your honey, you know, he doesn't have like lipstick all over. It's scorching hot. Oh my God, it is scorching hot. It is scorching hot. I feel for you though, because you probably don't have, you know, like I'm by the ocean. So you don't have like, you know, the wind and all that. It's probably like just dry heat. Like it's hot. And Amora says she has the pastries for us at the podcast, the live podcast. So she'll bring the pastries. We'll have like a whole like nice event. We'll make sure we're eating good. Brunching with the goddess. Ooh, I love that. We can have like a nice brunch. Ooh, do you guys watch Bridgerton? I love Bridgerton. I just finished it last night and I'm so sad because like when I love a show, I binge on it. So like when it kind of first came out, I finished it and then like I missed season 2 and season 3 and then I started watching season 2 and season 3 together. So I finished it. Now I'm like, crap. I had to wait until Shonda Rhimes like come out with season 4, I guess. Or I don't know if there's more episodes in season 3. I don't know, but I need something to watch now. So, but maybe we can have like a whole little Bridgerton vibes. Are you guys like Bridgerton? I'm just curious. We can have like a brunch, dress up in like Bridgerton gowns or something. I don't know. Habits of a Goddess in Bridgerton. Love Bridgerton. I'm on the final episode. Oh my God. I don't want to spoil it for you. But when you finish it and I go live again, we're going to chat about it. I don't want to spoil it for anyone. If you haven't finished Bridgerton, you have to finish it so we can chat about it next live. I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but I love it. Let's do it. So are you saying that you and your team will meet up for a podcast or all of us meet up? I'm confused. No, all of us. So the goal is like, I don't know anything about Texas. I don't even know like Austin and Dallas. I don't know where that's at. So it dawned on me, I have 2 team members that live in Texas. And we all met for the first time. These girls been working with me for 2 years. We all met for the first time in March of this year at the LA podcast conference. And we spent a fabulous, you know, time together. Some are in LA, some are in New York, and some are in Texas. So whenever I started talking about the live podcast, it dawned on me that I had 2 girls that live in Texas. And I'm like, oh my God, this could work. Because like now I don't feel the pressure to like locate a spot, like all of this, like it's a lot. This is, you know, it's a lot. Okay. It's not just like easy, like snap your fingers. It's a lot. And I need a team to help me organize and delegate this event. So I was like, ooh, I have 2 girls that live in Texas. Let me see if they will be so open to this. And obviously you guys would support and come, but behind the scenes, organizing an event, it's so much more than just pretty pictures and, content. It's so much more. So I need someone to help me organize that, and someone that is familiar with the area that we were talking about, lives there. So I'm like, oh, ding, 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 this could work. Like, this actually could be like a huge success. And this could be like a trial to see like if this is something I would be open to doing more often. You know what I mean? Um, so no, for everyone, if you want to come, I'll have obviously like dates and tickets and all that once it's we're talking, but like once everything is like concept on paper, I know what I want to do, I know where and time and all that, and then I can introduce it to everyone um that want to come and grab tickets or whatever, then that would be great. So it's for you guys, and it's for us to actually meet and connect in real life, and network and communicate in real life. So I would love that. I need a makeup tutorial like yesterday. Well, girl, replay the live. I did my whole makeup and hair on here. Let's go. Oh my God, I love it. Yes, that would be magical. I have no clue what that is, but I'm down for whatever you suggest. Okay, so let me explain. So I saw I saw someone had like a live podcast event. And pretty much what it is that like in person, I'm podcasting and you guys are in the audience. So think of it like a TV show and you're like on set or something like that. Does that make sense? Yeah. So like I would create a live episode for my listeners to join in on set, like on live. And maybe we'll have like a segment where like I'll call people from the audience and like answer questions and stuff like that. That would be really nice. So that's what it is. A live podcast. Instead of you actually just listening to me in person, you get to like experience it. So, and this is great too. Like we're on live, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, but like, wouldn't it be cool to in person do this? I think it would be cool. I guess I'm going to listen to the podcast, then go watch that show. Yes, you have to watch it. Bridgerton, you have to. You have to. I'm down for Bridgerton vibes. Never seen it, but love the aesthetics. Oh my God, yes. And it's so like, it's so cute and girly. I love it. I love it. I love how the show shows like how men are courting women. You know what I mean? Like, I love that. I just love it. I love the synchronicity. Yes. I'll send you pics from the live podcast. Oh, yes. Okay. So Amanda went to a live podcast before. So great. I love that. Thank you. Send me some pics. I actually told the host about your network because I felt like she would be such a great fit. Oh, thank you. I'm excited. I need a wellness retreat. Yes. I think that's such a wonderful, magical thing. Manifesting it happens. I was late. Haha. It's okay. I mean, I don't know what show you're talking about. Okay. I'm talking about Bridgerton. It's on Netflix. I'm sorry if I confuse anyone. So Bridgerton is on Netflix, and Shonda Rhimes, she like wrote the whole show and everything. She's amazing. She has a lot of great shows out, but it's really good. Just start with season 1. If you like it, you like it. But I love how the girls are like dressed up and like they're every week it's like they're having a ball. Like this family, they're having a ball and everyone's coming to their house, and the queen comes and everyone's like dressed to the nines. Like I just love that. It's so cute. It's so me. A Q&A, definitely. Yes, I would definitely do a Q&A because like, I want to chat with you girls. Austin is a wellness hub. That's good to know. Okay, so that's good to know. Yes, court and season left out. Wouldn't that be something? Yeah. I love how they really take pride on the show, like courting and how the men honor the women, and just it's like so traditional. Like I love that. I think it's wonderful. I think it's beautiful to see. It is refreshing today. Yes, every day is a festive dress. I love that, girl. I love that life. I love that. Like yesterday, I didn't take any pictures because I want to like save the outfit for a trip I have coming up. But yesterday I wore this like really really cute outfit with like pearls and like this cute tulle pink skirt and this lace white top. It was so cute, but I didn't get pictures though because I'm like, oh, I want to re-wear this outfit soon, and then I'll take pictures. But like I was like channeling my Bridgerton vibes, you know. It was cute. That this show sounds lovely. It is. Check it out. Let me know what you think. I think you're gonna like it. It's really cute. I love it. I don't want to spoil it for you, but just know like it's really really good. I like the diverse of the show too. So she did a really great job on it. Wouldn't that be cool? Habits of a Goddess and Bridgerton collab or something. I don't know what we do though. Maybe the live podcast is the collab. So, but anyway, so you guys are saying, let me text and make sure. Let me respond back and say, like, okay, the girls love that. Oh, wow, that would be awesome. Hold on. I'm letting everyone know, like, I'm on a live and, like, saying, like, you girls are, like, saying, like, yes, you would love a live podcast. Okay. So I related that to them. The reunion tower in Dallas, Texas for a conference room suggestion. Okay, thank you. Let me put that in my notes. Okay, I'll look that up. Or the reunion tower in Dallas, Texas. Okay, so that's perfect. Now I'm inspired to manifest moving to Austin by October. Hey, you never know, girl. Maybe this whole conversation is just like the beginning stages for you moving because you've been wanting to relocate and that's like on your, you know, vortex. Like you want to like move. And it seems like Austin, Texas is a city. Who knows? Even then, maybe you can choose whatever weekend we're gonna have this. You can use that as an opportunity to visit the city and see where you would live. You can use that whole trip to do that. To like visit the city that you want to live in and look at the home or apartment, the area that you want to live. You can use that whole trip to do that. I would do that. If I were you, I would do that. So, I'm debating if I want to add this red gloss on top or should I leave it like this or should I just like create a little pizzazz? Look how it looks together. But like when you mix it, you know, should I leave my lips like this or should I add like a little bit of the little Chanel gloss? This is 7:38. Oh, let me answer this real quick. This is important. Hi. Oh, nice. Okay, I'm almost done. Do you want to have lunch together? I need to get some ingredients. I have chicken though. I need to get some more ingredients. I only have chicken. Uh-huh. Oh, no, no, no. I haven't been downstairs yet. So it's okay. I'll do that. Okay. All right. All right. Bye. I took out some chicken for I wasn't sure if I was gonna make lunch or we're getting lunch together. So tonight I'll make some chicken tacos with it. But we're gonna go on a lunch date. So I'm gonna like get dressed real quick. Okay, add a little shimmer. Okay, girl. I love you, girls. You're like, be extra. Okay, let's do that. Give a little shimmer. A little shimmer. Ooh, that's pretty. You guys gotta get this lip gloss. It's so pretty. Okay, I'll show you the gloss. I think I have this linked in my like to know it. I'll make sure I link it again, just in case it's not like you can't see it, but I feel like I do, but I'll link it again after. But this is so pretty. Look. So the thing about Chanel lip glosses, they don't have names, it's just numbers. So this one is 738. That's the name of it, but it's so pretty. I love it. And it's kind of like it's not a red, but it's kind of like a red. I don't know. I don't know how to describe this color. But then this one, you see like together, like the colors. This looks a little bit more blue, cooler undertone, like orangey. And this is kind of like a little bit more, I don't know. I'm not a makeup artist, but you guys know what I mean. It's cute though. It's cute. All right. Okay, so that's that. This was so fun. So I have some homework and you guys have some homework. So this is my homework. I'm going to start researching. If you replay this live or if you're on this live and you have ideas we're talking about maybe Dallas, Texas. If you have ideas for location or ideas for other cities to have a live podcast, I'm very open-minded to it. Send me a DM or comment underneath this video. I'll save it on Instagram Live and obviously in the chats or whatever you save it, or just come over to the DMs and Instagram so I can like start building a what word I'm looking for, like having like some information on it so I can like pull and like talk to my team and like we can like actually make this happen because this would be so cool. Like I would love to have this. This makes more sense. I think this is much more digestible for me right now with my schedule. I would love to have a retreat, but right now I don't know how that will work right now with my schedule. That's not off the books, but like I think the live podcast is a little bit more digestible for me right now. I won't over commit, you know what I mean? So like I think that makes a little bit more sense right now for me, just with my schedule. Thank you. Glad this ended right as I got to the gym. Can we try the second week of October? Yeah, send me a DM. Send me a DM so I can like keep that in a mental note as I'm planning it. I had so much fun. Let's love getting to talk with you, Goddess. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. And if you're just joining, I'm getting ready to close out, but I will save this so you can replay it. It's also going to be on our Habits of a Goddess YouTube channel. Longer format content is going to be on Habits of a Goddess YouTube channel because Instagram, you don't know. Sometimes things happen and the audio get lost or whatever. So I apologize for that, but YouTube is where everything is going to like live. That's longer format content. So just, come over to the YouTube and subscribe. But thank you so much. This was so fun. I will work on that. We'll chat again soon. And yay, thank you so much for everyone tuning in, engaging. And this was amazing. So bye, goddesses. All right, let me save this. Hold on. All right. Enjoy your lunch date. Enjoy getting ready as well. See you ladies next time. Thank you so much. Bye. Have a great day. Okay.